Welcome into the Dice Dragons Guild. In this hall, we unite under one banner. Live by the die.
Die by the die.
Ooh.
I did
Start
not
swearing.
roll.
I'll take it.
It's my turn to start swearing.
Don't swear, don't swear. We need those 3
Don't
cents.
swear, don't swear.
I'm Izzi, your lore master, and with me today I have...
Hi, I'm Julie. I play Kethra, Circle of the Moon Druid, and I rolled a 13.
All right, 13 for Kethra. Not too bad.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I play Kai. He's a Dampier Hexblade Warlock, and I rolled a 5.
A 5.
That sucks.
Well, again, tracks.
I'm Adam. I play Eldon. He's a human Drake Warden Ranger, and I rolled a natural 1.
Nat 1. Oh, let's get the critical fail. Just kidding.
We're just starting out good.
But you still have a 5, because you're Eldon.
Because Dex.
I am Cuba. I play Ayla Myrea. She is a beautiful tiefling glamour bard. Oh, yeah, no, 14.
14.
That is the highest
Sounded like you said
regular
clamor.
game in a while. What?
Sounded like you said clamor.
Glamour.
Clamor mercy.
And last but not least,
I'm Amanda. I play Iolite. She's an Earth Genasi Circle of Stars druid, and I rolled a 3.
oh,
Man.
Wow. So I think, do we both have 5s?
13.
a 3. 3, so you and Eldon are tied.
I'm sure your dex is higher.
Oh, yeah. All right, we are continuing with our story of the Woven Fates. And I am going to go through our announcements. Our announcements are, you can
If we're off, it's because it's daylight savings.
follow our story on
blame that.
Twitch, on YouTube, and on Patreon. On Patreon, you will get early access to the VODs. Yeah, we're not really on Twitch anymore. I should just say I'm going to get rid of it where it says Twitch. We could go back at any point, but until I change our camera situation, we're just going to stick with YouTube and Patreon. You can get access to the podcast on Patreon, and we have badges and channel points and other things on YouTube. For the public podcast version, it comes out on Mondays. For merch, we have, go to tinyurl.com/DDG merch. We have 3 new drops of items that we do not have for show here, but
Right.
on our Instagram, I believe.
I think that story disappeared at this point, but
we'll put posts of them so that they stay up and people can see them later.
posts don't last. The algorithm doesn't like posts.
Yeah, but if people go to the profile, they can see them.
But you can do a post and then make it the story.
We'll put a video of something, a reel of some kind. But yes, 3 new, not specific to this particular game designs. I have a couple ideas for a few more that I'll try to crank out this week. They're also on the TeePublic.
Yeah, maybe I'll be able to edit those images in as part of the video, the VOD. Music. We are happily using Monument Studios Fantasy Plus, which they successfully backed their Kickstarter just a couple weeks back. Michael Gelfi Studios, Alexander Miller, aka the Boy King of Idaho, and Kevin McLeod of Incompetech for our ambiance and for the background music. And you can find all the links in the show notes. And we thank all of them for giving us the, I think it's Creative Commons attribution license that allows us to have our ambiance in our games, which really helps me as a DM. Cons and events, Arisia, Boston. I will be there on probably the 18th of January. It lasts from January 17th to the 20th. And then Captain Con is January 31st through February 2nd. And I'll probably be there on the Saturday as well, the 1st of February. So I think the group actually might be there. So we will see you there. Anything else?
Like, share, subscribe.
As the tally-ho glides gracefully Across the shimmering waters of the green tides, 2 brilliant suns hang high in the nearly cloudless sky, casting a warm golden glow upon the deck. A gentle breeze fills the sails, propelling the ship smoothly toward its destination, the lush shores of Eporia, shimmering invitingly on the horizon. Laughter and cheerful chatter fill the air as the woven fates and much of Astrum's End gather on the sunshine-dappled deck, basking in the camaraderie that accompanies a day of adventure at sea. Playful jests and bursts of laughter mix with the rhythmic sound of waves lapping against the ship's hull. As Kai steps away from your group to go have a conversation with Zix, you see Fernilli, her white hair kind of blowing in the breeze, looks after him a little bit anxiously before she turns to all of you. So, he's gonna be all right. Right?
He'll be fine.
Why would he not be?
I mean, Kai. Like, Kai is gonna be good.
Again, why would he not be?
Because he's Kai. And I just asked him to go give, like, therapy to Zix of all people.
You'd be surprised.
I guess I'm gonna have to be, yeah. But if you all say it's good.
I mean, probably out of all of us, he is the one to give therapeutic advice.
For such a dour-looking man, he's full of insight.
I'll take your word for it. Maury comes over at that point. It's a really nice day. Like, you can see clouds off in the distance. You are on the sea, of course, but the sunlight is kind of like shimmering off. He's got these gold strands in his hair that when it's a really sunny day, they look really pretty. He comes over to you all and just says, well, hey, who wants to play a game? I've got a new one. I mean, it's not really new, but I haven't played it with you. And Fernilli just comes over and puts her hand on his shoulder and pats him.
I mean, I like
What-
games.
She likes games.
We'll get along just fine. It's called Liar's Dice. You have to be a good liar.
Ah, well, I'll play then.
I knew you would.
I'll give it a shot.
Kethra,
I'm good.
is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
All right.
Do you want to be on my team?
I don't like lies.
Oh,
It's just for fun. We're not really, I mean, we're lying for real, but it's just for money.
Kethra, lying for money? Come on.
It's a concept I don't really understand.
Yeah.
I'll teach you.
I'm good.
Well, here's how it works.
And you see Kethra kind of sneak off away to the other side of the deck and just be like, people are fucking weird, Nix.
Lying for fun.
He comes over to, or brings you over to a table and says, I have plenty of dice for everyone. The way it works, and he lets loose all these dice, you need 5 6-sided dice.
damn it.
If you need them, I have plenty. Oh, Ketra's not playing. And the way it works is you roll all of your dice. Keep it hidden. Don't let anyone see. And we go in a turn around. So first player will state a bid that consists of a face, meaning 1s, 5s, 4s, 3s, and then a quantity. And the quantity represents the player's guess as to how many have been rolled in total by everyone. So, for example, I might look at my dice and say, 2 5s or 5 2s. The next person in line then says 6 2s if they think that there would be 6. Or you can challenge my bid. Call me out. So you either have to go higher bid with the same face, or you can say I challenge you. If you challenge me, then everyone reveals your dice, and if I did guess correctly, then I win, and the challenger loses and is kicked out for the round. The loser of the previous round begins the next round, but with 1 fewer die.
And we're doing this for money.
If you'd like, we can test it out first, see if everybody likes it.
Alright, well,
The game ends when one person has run out of dice. Or we can stop earlier, if you hate it. Okay.
when you hear a scream from inside the cabin.
You see Yuri actually goes over to hang out by Kethra as you are, like, watching from afar.
So we roll them and keep them secret.
Yes. So everyone roll, and you keep your dice a secret.
I need a big space.
I was gonna say to Yuri, I guess I'm gonna find out who the best bullshitter in the group is.
Yuri nods and then says, honestly, I think he already knows.
Yeah, you're not really
Yeah, I
playing,
think so.
Oh yeah, you guys don't plan at all.
Guy's not even here.
Yeah.
Yes, Kai's not here.
She's just.
If
Can't
it's,
trust me over here.
if it's easier, I can go
I
first.
didn't even look at what I have.
So there's 4 of us playing. I'm going to say 5 5s.
What are we supposed to do? I'm really sorry.
No, it goes in. Next will be Eldon.
Are you saying you have 5 5s?
No, I'm saying there's 5 5s amongst all of us.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So now you have to say either 6 5s, 7 5s, 8 5s, some higher number than that using 5s, or you have to challenge me to see if I guessed right.
So you said how many 5s?
5 5s amongst the whole group. I'm guessing that there's 5 5s.
I'll challenge you. I can't
Okay.
see how this works.
Everyone reveal your dice. And if I guessed correctly, then I win. And if the challenge was successful, then I lose, and I lose a die. I have 2 5s. How many other 5s are there?
So at this point, 5s are the only ones that actually matter. Yes.
Yes, I'm trying to see if we have 5 5s amongst all
I
of
have
us.
2 5s.
All right, so we're at 4 5s.
0.
I lost.
Uh-oh.
Good call right out of the gate.
So in the terms of the game, that means that you would lose a die.
I lose a die,
Okay.
and then we all roll again. Okay, not off to a good start.
Well, that was just the test, the example, was it not?
And you have to hit perfect on the number, right?
Yes. Because I lost, I start again as the person who makes the first bid. Six 3s. What say you, Eldon?
So I can't choose a different number, and I'd have to go above.
Yeah, you have to say either 7 3s, 8 3s, or if you think that there might be more 3s.
I'll challenge you. 'Cause I don't think
Challenged
Well, I don't
again.
think there's going to be more than. How many did you say?
6
Yeah, I
in
don't think
total.
there's going to be any more than 6.
All right, everyone, reveal your numbers. I have 3 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have one? 5,
Just one.
6.
So you
you
nailed
win.
it.
I win.
Nice.
I don't know if I get my die back though.
Or does the challenger lose a die?
The challenger loses a die.
All right, so I lose a die now. Well, that was easy.
No, that makes sense. You listened to my instructions. So.
Actually, guys, I can hear you out there.
Actually, it's... Okay, we'll do one more, and then I'm going to introduce the ability for you to bluff or cheat, if you would like. So you lost. You get to go first. We all roll our dice.
We'll say 5 twos.
5 twos. Ayla, do you believe there are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 twos, or are you going to challenge?
I believe there are 7 twos.
7 twos. Iolite?
Do I either challenge or do I have to
Or
go higher?
raise, basically. Like 8, 9
Okay.
twos.
You said 7. I'll challenge.
So
Challenge.
The challenge goes to him.
Yes, it's
Challenging the
between
7.
these two folks. So everybody reveal their dice, how many twos you have.
But what happens if my guess was right? Does it revert back to
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I forgot that you were the person. So it's the two.
Well, yeah, but like then he
Oh, no, you're right.
raised-
I'm playing this for the first time, too. Me, the DM, not...
Oh, okay.
Maury's
so
got it.
mine doesn't matter anymore.
Maury's giving you all the right answers. I am playing this for the first time. So it is between those two.
So even if I hit, it doesn't.
It doesn't count anymore, yeah. All right. I have 3 6s and a 4. 7 twos. How many twos do we have?
I got none.
So I got 2.
You lose. Ayla. Lose a die. Okay.
I did get 4 6s though.
I had 3 6s.
Dang.
Yeah.
Success.
I heard these combat numbers.
All right, Ayla. It is your turn to make a call. What do you think?
I believe there are 4 5s.
4 5s.
I think there were 5 5s.
5 5s. I'm challenging. Reveal.
Ta-da! Why did Maury get all dramatic?
He's excited. I have no 5s.
I have no 5s.
2 5s.
2 5s.
lose.
Ayla. Oh, I challenged. No, you challenged.
I challenged.
Who
So you
challenged?
win.
I challenged.
No, no.
You challenge.
You challenged.
Okay.
They challenged.
I lose.
She loses a dice.
Yeah.
A die.
I die.
A die.
You lose a die. I challenge you. Okay. If you would like, you can cheat. If you would like to. This is not Maury telling you this. This is just in general. If you want to try to cheat, you would make a sleight of hand check. And then whoever is you're challenging, it's like a challenge. We'll do it in real time, but basically you can make a sleight of hand check. If you succeed by less than 5, you can reveal one of your dice. If it's a 5 to 0, nothing happens. If it's a 1 to 5 that you succeed by, you can re-roll a die, or 6 plus you can change the die entirely on your own. So basically, if you want to try to do it, we can learn together how cheating works.
And that would be like if you're challenging someone, or if you're raising the number, or
I think, yeah, on your turn you can decide what you want to do with it. If anybody wants to try. Maury is not a cheater. Okay. As the loser, you get to go.
I think there are 4 3s.
4 3s. I'm challenging. Okay. I have 0 3s.
2.
How many do you have?
I have no 3s, so I just
Oh,
go
no
for steal.
3s.
No 3s.
No 3s. You lose again.
Lose again?
And you lose a die.
Ugh.
But you get to go first.
Okay.
I don't have a cost, but you get the free frozen frogget.
You're all very good. Very good at this game. I already played with.
I feel like I'm doing really well.
I already played with the others, and it didn't go well for me.
I think there are 3 4s.
3 4s. 4 4s.
I'll challenge.
Challenged. Everyone reveal your dice. I have no 4s. 2.
1 4.
2 4s.
Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 5.
I should have raised. I did raise,
But not enough.
but not enough.
So
I lose a die.
I was gonna say, so what the fuck happened?
I lose a die, and it's my turn. Okay, let's see. All right. I'm going to say 3 1s.
4 1s.
I challenge.
4 1s. I have 1 1.
And I want to be sneaky. How do we do this?
You want to cheat?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll insight or perception, whichever one. Nope. Yes. No, sorry. Sleight of hand. I was looking at learn.
Okay, I
Roll
was
sleight of
gonna say, I
hand.
was like, where does sleight of hand come in here? 17.
Okay. Roll a perception check to see if you can see Ayla trying to cheat against your thing.
9 plus 4. No, 13.
So 13. You have to show one of your dice actually before you make, and you can change your thing. So this would technically be something that you would do beforehand. So, nope, that is learning. You can re-roll one of your dice if you want to better the odds of your guess.
What was it? 3 1s? Was the
4 1s, I think.
He upped it to 4, and I believe you upped it to 5.
I thought you challenged.
No, I
Oh,
challenged.
no,
I
you
didn't up it.
challenged, so
Okay.
4 1s.
All right, so I can re-roll something.
You can re-roll if you like. Let's say you want to lessen his chances of winning, and you have a 1. You can try to re-roll it to get rid of the 1, so that he will have less chances of 1. Did you get? Is that what you did?
That's what I just did.
Okay. All right, everyone, reveal your dice. I have a
Never had a
5, a 2,
You
and
never
a
had
1.
a what? Oh,
one.
gosh.
She's saying I had the 1.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't see, so
I have 1 1. Funny, I rolled a 1, 2, 3, and a 4.
I have no. I have 1 1
0.
0. So
2.
So I lose.
you lose.
So I lose a die.
Lose a die. Let's go again.
And then, so now do I make the call of what? I will say 4 6s.
4 6s. What do you think, Ayla, my rare? I see those gears turning.
Challenge.
4 6s. I have 2.
I have 2. Damn, we're gonna overshoot.
I got 1.
Almost.
You can cheat.
You lose again.
You can
Oh, yeah, you can
I can cheat, right? Yeah.
Try
So
and get rid of 1.
okay, so it's a.
So first, it's a sleight of hand.
Eldon cheating.
But didn't we just
I
reveal
rolled
them
a
already?
4.
Well,
Eldon cheating.
Yeah, perception.
so
Yeah, I know.
Ayla,
I really.
But with your decks and stuff. Come on.
That's a 10.
19.
So technically, you would do it before we all reveal. It sounds like because you would play with one of your dice revealed.
I only did it
because you
because I
lost
wanted
it.
to see how it worked.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to actually happen.
So Ayla, you see Eldon like go to try to flip one of his dice,
My tail's like.
Smack him.
and Maury goes, I never would have guessed, Eldon. You're trying
for
something
fun.
new.
It's just for fun.
Lying for fun, Looks like Iolite. All right, you
But
lose
you-
a die.
Do I
get to
like
go.
that or not? Like thinks in her head.
Looks at him and he just morphs into like a 50s greaser.
Ooh, he's a bad boy.
Leader of the pack.
Desi comes over and he actually starts massaging Iolite's shoulders. He's like, "You're doing good. You're doing good." I forgot about him, so I need to put him back in.
Crushes one of the D6s.
It does.
Yeah, because I have to lose one of them now, right?
Yes, you have to lose one. How many do you have left?
I had 3.
Oh,
Now I
okay,
have-
so you have 2 left.
He hums it over his shoulder and hits a seagull.
All right. Eldon, having a rough
so-
time over there.
Yep. I still make the call. I will say 4 3s.
4 3s, Ayla. What does that say to you?
I say 6 3s.
6 3s. Iolite. Tough position. Desi's like, "You've got this. You've got this."
6 3s. Desi, what should I do?
It's a little high.
Yeah, that's it.
I think you should challenge.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Challenge.
I have no 3s.
I have no 3s.
I have 1 3.
How many 3s? 2?
1. For me.
So you lose. You win.
I win.
You lose.
You could have stuck
what
with
the
that.
hell
I
I'm
would have been like, okay. I guess it
You
is.
lose. Ayla, how many dice do you have left?
3.
3 dice. As do I. How many do you have? 4.
What do you have?
Iolite is a...
Am I ahead?
You're the master.
Do you have to choose a number? Like, does 0 count as a number?
Let's see. How many face, including... you can... Yeah, it's how many... quantity in a face. So 0, you can say 0.
0 what?
0 ones.
Yes.
1 1.
You lose. I don't have any, but it doesn't matter, right?
Oh, I
Are you
didn't
challenging?
challenge.
Oh, you can. No, well, it goes that way, anyways.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
can't challenge.
But you have to hide it until... Now I know you have none.
Oh. I thought that as soon as
But
somebody
it
had
was
gotten.
1, so somebody could have 1.
Yeah, somebody can have 1.
It's alright.
2, I'm going to say 2 ones.
Look at me. It's not...
It's your turn.
your turn.
Challenge me
Oh.
or...
3 1s. Why not?
It's going around.
I
It's
challenge.
exciting. 3 1s. Challenged.
Fuck that whole round up.
I have none.
I have none.
Run.
No.
Well, Eldon, you lose. Somebody check me because I've been saying the wrong person.
Wait, does he Did I lose?
You win because
No.
you
You
challenged.
You challenged, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm just going with
I
what
think I'm just trying to I think I get it now.
Yeah, I don't apparently get
Took
it.
a lot of
I'm
rounds.
glad you do. Because I am faltering.
All right, loser.
You have 1 left?
1 die left. I think we can get him out of here. As a group, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Three 5s.
Four 5s.
4 whole 5s.
Challenge.
Challenged by Iolite. I have 1 5.
I have no 5s.
1 5.
No 5s.
2 5s. You lose. I love Ira. Okay. It's your turn.
6 1s.
6 1s. Challenge. I don't know if we have 6 dice between us right now.
I have one.
As soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, wait. Fuck.
I have 1 1.
I've got 2
1.
1s.
Oh, wait. Sorry. 1.
I have 1 6. That's it.
Oh, you came close. 4 1s, but you lose another die.
It's down to the 2 of us.
1. All right, so we've got 1 1 4 3. Okay.
So after the first person is out, whoever's left with the most dice wins? Is that the way it...
Sure, we'll do that.
It is now.
I think you go until there's a winner, but we can stop. Did you lose? Who's
Yeah.
the loser? Oh, okay.
3 3s.
3 3s.
I want to cheat.
Okay.
Challenge G, I guess.
So first you'll cheat, make a sleight of hand check, and then you're either going to re-roll a die or change. If you get a big enough gap between the two of you, you can change one of your dice, or you're gonna have to put one of your dice out so people can look at it. So it is sleight of hand against your perception. I mean,
Well,
sleight
I'm
of hand
cheating,
against
yeah.
your perception. I'm fine, everyone.
11.
9.
Ooh, nothing happens. Like, you can't do anything. You go to cheat. You go to change something, and you
Desi
see
smacks your
Isla's. Desi,
Better than this.
Desi squeezes your shoulder, and then you kind of look at the side of your eye, and you can see Ayla is looking
Getting
right
her
at you.
neck.
Her tail is quivering.
Okay. I forgot how many threes you said. 3?
What? Fuck. What did I say? 4 threes.
Roll back the
I
date.
think you said 4 3s.
4?
No, 3 3s.
I
3
think
threes.
mine was
threes.
three,
Okay. Yeah, 3 3s.
So I challenged, but I can't cheat.
No, you cheated. You didn't challenge.
Oh, I didn't challenge it.
Well, you said you wanted to cheat and challenge, but you can, since you
Okay.
weren't successful
You
with
said
your
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to either go higher or challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll challenge.
0 3s.
6.
I'm
Ayla,
out.
you are out.
Sorry.
Iolite is the winner. With 4 dice, correct? I had 3. Very good.
Games.
This made me feel better.
I love
about
games.
Julep just kept swearing at me and I got distracted. She came up with some very hurtful words this time.
Kind of rolling better with this on this side. I'm gonna keep this feng shui for now.
I love games. They're great. Really good for breaking the ice.
What ice needs breaking? I did not think that we came with a supply of ice on this voyage. Usually they do not last.
There was plenty of ice, I would say, between us that we've broken over the course of a couple of weeks on the ocean. No? I see Yuri chatting away with Kethra over there, and...
Oh, he speaks of metaphors.
Oh, yes, I'm metaphorically speaking ice,
I-
yes.
yes.
Although Fernilli can conjure some up it. If
I'm
you'd
not
like
a fan
some
of
for
ice.
for
We
your rum punches.
recently had an encounter with ice that was not pleasant.
So hot. In the middle
It's
of
really weird.
Well, thank you for the game.
Thank you.
Thank
we will
you.
use that
was
in
fun.
the future.
Do I get a prize?
What would you like?
Anything?
Well, no. Desi can give you a prize.
Okay.
Desi's like, I'll give you a prize tonight.
No, bye.
All right. Deal.
Another seagull just got pegged.
Yuri kind of leans in to Kethra. You know, it is a pretty fun game. I mean, it's called Liar's Dice, but you don't have to really lie.
I'm not really a huge fan of games.
No, none.
Not really, no. It's all social and interacting, and I don't know how I feel about all that.
Well, I can feel that.
And Kethra just channeled my youth until high school.
Kind of more a fade into the background kind of individual myself.
Fading into the background can be really stress reducing.
Oh, absolutely. I did learn that. I'm happy to find out that Iolite's the best bullshitter. That was pretty good to know.
Either the best bullshitter or the best one cutting through the bullshit.
Either way, I'm glad it's her.
That sounded like a totally.
That was.
You hear that from below deck?
Just
you're
press
out.
ducked that duck to death.
I literally
too
thought
hard.
that you just. I literally thought you just farted. I was like,
More incense, please.
I was like, I knew it was someone on this
He's
side.
really
but
stressed over
and
there.
For a hot second, I went,
Yep,
wasn't
it's on
me,
that
was
look.
it?
Did I fart?
I was like, did I fart and not know? Like,
no.
ask questions.
It's worrisome.
Oh, no. Hey, belly issues are real. Ooh, all right.
Where were we?
Yuri's like, oops, sorry. So,
my condition.
She's like, God damn, downwind next time, buddy.
Yeah, next time. No, absolutely.
You nasty, you know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to laugh about it with my siblings, but, I guess we're not that close yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm close. Kevin's just gonna look at me and go, well, actually, second thought, I am that close to somebody. This little fucker that lives in my bag farts in my face on the daily. So.
Oh, yeah. I think we've all kind of smelt that through the walls.
Yeah, he's a little ripe lately. It's gross.
So, you have any idea what we're going to be, what we're doing when we land, or? I've gotten my marching orders from Mori, but I don't know how you just gonna hang around with Iolite?
I think that's the goal.
Nice. It's good to have people you can count on.
Yeah, we're not letting her go alone.
No, I can tell that.
Yeah, no offense.
No, I wouldn't let my very good friend go off with people and you not know where they're going or if they're going to be safe.
I only know little bits. What do you know?
All I know is that there's this shard out in the meadows, and Mori believes that Iolite will be able to find it.
What is he gonna do with it when she finds it?
Iolite? Or Mori?
Both.
Well, I guess that's up to them.
What if they have differing ideas?
I kind of feel like we'll all be on the same page by the time we get wherever we need to go.
I would hope so, but you're very optimistic.
Yeah, well, when you can kind of hop through time, optimism is the only thing that gets you through every day.
That makes sense. Still don't get it though.
The time hopping? Or,
Optimism part.
oh, optimism. Well,
That's harder to understand than quantum mechanics.
See,
maybe
that she'd understand.
Kethra, yeah.
Like,
actually,
give her a
that
book,
tracks.
she'd get that in a second. But the optimism? What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's a learned skill.
Sounds like a skill that's just strung on hope.
Yeah, I won't disagree. Gotta have it. Otherwise, I don't think I would have gotten as far as I have.
I'm glad you have it.
You'll get there. If you want to. You can stay as cynical as you want. No one's forcing optimism on you.
I kind of enjoy being a cynical asshole, thank you.
All right. Well, keep it up. You do a good job.
Thanks, I aim to. It is my goal.
Maybe Nyx is the optimistic one. No? Oh, yeah. I mean, they're cats, so.
He makes me look optimistic.
Well,
He has more fun than me, though.
maybe we can figure out a game for you to play that's not too overwhelming. No lying, losing money. I'll come up with one. Or I'll bug Maury to come up with one.
No offense, but Murray's games are... He's not my jam.
Well, he'll come up with a different one. Or he'll find one. Maybe Aporia has some good games. Have you ever asked Eldon?
No, it's a good idea, though.
Yeah. Looks like he's not doing great in this one, though.
Yeah. Kind of like bit the bullet on that one, then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Eldon, you sucked at that one, buddy.
He didn't. At least he didn't lose. He was the second loser.
That's
You're
it.
like, I was second in command, loser. It's okay. But you know what? This is still better than nothing.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
good. It's all good.
As they're finishing up, Yuri will say, "Oh yeah, looks like he's only second loser." Good job, everyone.
Congrats,
Ayla.
guys. Yes. Congrats, Iolite. Congrats, second loser.
Ayla.
Congrats. Participation trophy.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I'll learn for next time.
She lost. She lost on purpose, of course. That's what heroes do.
I'm not a hero, but yes, it was on purpose.
As the
I guess I really am first loser.
As we pan across the deck and see everybody walking around, chatting, laughing, lively little group, we suddenly descend below deck. That's right.
Oh shit.
We're here for business.
The reason for the first time since 2020, for the first time in an entire week, he has not said a peep about D&D to me all week. Not, he
He's
won't
just
even
had
talk
that look
to me
on
about
his
it.
face all week, hasn't
That
he?
exact moment.
I mean,
normally
you just squeeze the shit out of the
according in the
ducky,
shower.
so.
Yeah.
You made the duck fry.
He'll get me in the shower and have a conversation about what do you think's going to happen. All the, nothing all week.
Well, the atmosphere shifts dramatically. In one cramped passenger's quarters, Zix's body slumps lifelessly against you, soaking you in the blood that has escaped the deep wound across his throat. You sit on the stool he had so meticulously placed only minutes before, heart pounding in your chest as you grasp the bloody dagger, its crimson hue stark against the worn wood of the room. Panic rises within you like a tempest, threatening to sweep you away. You fight to suppress it, grounding yourself by taking slow, deliberate breaths. Though not necessary, the act grounds you, providing momentary reprieve from the chaos. The strong beating of your heart, usually quiet and faint, roars in your ears as you try to think through the rising tide of dread. Your mind races, scrambling for solutions, but flashes of the past invade your thoughts, vivid, haunting recollections of the moment you lost control. You see Isabel Phoenix, the girl you had courted for years, her laughter echoing in your mind like a ghost. The taste of her blood still lingers, a forbidden sweetness that you once savored in a moment of weakness. That dark moment of desire when you succumbed to your cravings haunts you now. You glance down at Zix, your heart racing. This can't be happening again. I'm gonna have you roll on your table that you have.
We were so wrong.
You're not
We don't know
the
yet.
monster that
don't know
whispers
everything
in your mind.
Kai's eyes are fully engorged with blood. His heart is pumping. His eyes are completely redded over.
The fear that grips you threatens to betray that truth, that you are not the monster. The room feels like it's closing in. The walls are echoing with the weight of your choices and of your failures. You take another deep breath, trying to clear this fog of panic. You have to focus, you have to think. Your thoughts are racing like the waves outside. What does Kai do next?
Taking a look around, seeing Zix's lifeless body, blood covering himself, the dagger in hand. Thinks back to what his grandmother said of never letting them see you looking unprepared. He will prestidigitation, clean himself and the dagger, put the dagger inside of his jacket. He will turn towards the door, listen if anyone is outside of the door.
Make a perception check.
It's a 15.
You can hear footsteps as you focus and hear them walking up above and maybe down the hall, but the door was closed and you don't hear anyone coming towards you, at least.
Kai will quietly step out of the room, and as he starts to go to the other side of the door, he'll place his hand across it as prestidigitation puts a do not disturb cross. He'll close the door and begin making his way towards the deck.
Okay. No one stops you as you head up to the deck.
Does Kai see Mori?
Up on the deck, you'll see Mori and the whole crew, just everybody hanging out up in the sunlight.
Kai will make his way towards Mori and whisper to him, "We need to speak."
Oh. Of course. Are you all right? Like, he's looking up at you, kind of puts his hand on your elbow, reassuringly.
I'm fine. But we need to speak.
Yes. Fernilli looks over at you. He makes eye contact with her. Here on the deck or in more private quarters?
Might be better if we speak downstairs.
All right. Fernilli is going to want to come with me.
It'd be better if it was just you.
Make a persuasion check. Okay. Fernilli starts stepping over towards the two of you, and Mori holds up a hand, and she gives him this look, like eyes wide, and they have a conversation with their eyes looking at each other. His face shifts slightly, his head tilts, she goes and tilts up, and they're looking at each other. It's only a few seconds, but then he just shakes his head, closes his eyes, and then he puts his hand on your elbow and says, "Of course."
He'll lead him down into the room and wait just in front of the door and just open it just wide enough for him to walk through in front of Kai.
Okay. So, did you leave the scene as is? So if you
Yes,
open the door, he sees immediately what has happened.
He wants him to go in so that Kai can close the door behind them.
Okay, you open the door. Mori sees the scene. The two stools, neither one moving. Zix
Is it
on the
sad?
ground. Also, he didn't clean up the blood off Zix, just off of himself.
Just off
All
of
right, so the
himself.
floor is just covered. And Mori stops there in the doorway, and you can almost feel this like crackling of energy as he looks up at you, not stepping in, and says, "If you try anything, you will regret it. Do you understand? I'm going to assume there is a very clear explanation for what I am looking at."
There is, but we can't talk about it in the open.
I am a lot more powerful than I look, young man.
I'm not trying anything. Why would I bring you here if I was?
I have a lot of questions, and all of them start with why. He steps into the room and immediately over to Zix's body, and he kneels down. He's already a small man, and Zix was, middle of the road, but in terms of height. And he just leans down and kind of, without touching really, just hands hovering, assesses the body, and you can see him just kind of coming to putting everything in place, looking around the room, looking at you as you close the door and step in.
I did not do this, but this is my fault.
He stands up. And you can feel the energy in the room shifts. Like, there's not too much changing about him, except maybe the hairs on your arms start to, like, raise a little bit, as does he. You can see, like, a little bit of his hair. It's like electricity is not filling the room, but surrounding you. And he doesn't say anything. He's just staring at you from his place, almost guarding the body of Zix on the ground.
Kai will reach into his pocket real slowly and take out the stiletto-style dagger, just holding it with his fingertips at the pommel. Do you know what this is?
Did I give you the stats on that?
Not yet.
I'm gonna have him roll, see if he knows what that is. That's a natural 20. He just nods quietly.
So you know, there's only one group that carries this.
A whispering blade. Yes.
What I'm about to tell you will put you and your crew in danger if it leaves this room.
More danger than I'm already standing over.
Zix, unfortunately, was in the room when a message to me was given.
And that message was...
The Queen of Devenia cannot have her word ever questioned. And lately, the last word she gave is that her grandson is dead. What I am telling you is he is not dead. But we are going to a place that might come to question. My name is Malachi Morningstar of Devenia.
He just shakes his head ever so slightly, looking at you. This group, the Woven Fates, are full of secrets and lies. And it has cost me dearly. I think we all need to speak.
I understand speaking with everyone, yes. But my true identity will put you and everyone else in danger.
Clearly we are all better off for knowing, as Zix, I'm going to assume, either never knew, or found out just in time to meet his end.
It seems as though Zix came in contact with somebody. That bag, it was trapped.
Zix he is not a two-timer.
I don't believe he would have had any notion of anything other than perhaps conversation with someone. Maybe someone asking questions about everyone that they've been traveling with.
What's in the bag?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't looked.
Mori will go over, and the bag is open already. The runes, as he just kind of shifts it, are gone. Whatever flash you and Zix had seen when the bag was opened, it doesn't appear to be there. But you can hear the jingling of gems and coin as he rifles through it in a moment, and then lifts up a a couple of coins and then a rune stone that he reaches out to you to hand. Looks like a vanishing runestone. This is from your grandmother, the Queen of Devenia.
It seems to be.
Quite the message. You're going to need to fix this. This is not acceptable. This is a member of my team, and I have sworn to protect all of them. We are going to speak with everyone, and everyone will find out, not on this ship, but my team deserves to know. They need to be able to protect themselves. They will not speak. They will do what I say.
I understand your position. But just know, my grandmother will not have her word questioned.
Well, we didn't question it, did we?
No. But when it comes to the crown and Devenia, no one is off limits.
Oh, I'm aware. This could have been avoided if you had told us sooner.
Thought it would be safer.
Well, you were dead wrong. Let's bring everyone down, and they must see, and they must speak. I think you should go get them. I'm gonna stay here so he's not alone.
Very well.
You see him go over to Zix's body, and again, he just kind of kneels down this time and places his hand on Zix's head as you leave. What is Kai doing?
Kai will close the door behind him, and he will immediately go to the Woven Fates first.
Okay. Up on the deck, you're able to gather everybody. Fernilli looks at you as you come up the deck and is kind of looking for... You see her actively looking to see if Maury... She's off to the side, but if Maury's coming up behind you. So you gather you have a few... like a minute before Fernilli's going to start doing her panic thing.
We have a problem. A big problem.
What happened?
Let's just say I'm not as anonymous as we thought.
I don't follow.
So you mean to tell me people know what they should know about you?
One less person, I'll put it that way.
Oh, gods.
We have to meet with Maury and the others down in Zix's room. Now.
Okay. Let's go.
Fernilli comes over to your group, and Desi walks over as well, and she says, "Where is he?"
He's in Zix's room. He requests you gather the group and meet us down there.
She whistles, which I cannot do. She's like, and everybody looks over at her, and she just one gesture, and they all start going.
They're so organized. Like you're like, hey, guys, no, Ayla, back over here, and they're like, I can't do it either.
Yeah.
And they're all like,
Just assemble.
snap into line.
They're ahead of you. Like, she didn't waste any time. She whistled and went. So Desi hangs out around you all and to Iolite, like, what's going on?
I guess we're about to find out.
Oh, shit.
A drink. Just handing the bottle of whatever I have.
To Desi?
Yep.
He takes a sip, but then hands it back to you. Whew. Jesus.
The only way to get through life sometimes.
So you head down. It's a shared room, just kind of like how you have. So, 5 or 6 people who would share the room. So it's a tight squeeze between you and the 8 members or 7, members of Astrom's End, I believe. Hold on. There's
R.I.P.
1, 2, 3,
7 and a
4,
corpse.
5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's 8 members. And you walk in, immediately you would be able to kind of smell that, like, smell of iron, copper, that metal smell that fills a room. And see Fernilly is on the ground with Zix, and you can see that she's trying some kind of magic is like pulsing through and a little bright light, and Maury is just like rubbing her back and shakes his head as you all walk in. And Julep is just swearing up a storm.
When we walk in, Ayla sees the corpse. She just also just the fuck, and like braces herself like on Iolite, like because this is my first dead body other than the cult guy, but weird fuck-alls don't matter,
yeah.
don't count.
Yeah.
So she's
This
just
is like
kind
a
of like
friend.
racing, and then
And Kethra's gonna go by and go, first time, huh?
well, I mean, yeah.
This was a Tuesday morning for me.
Desi is standing in the doorway, just like hand over his mouth. Like I said, Julep is off to the side. Takeo, the fox folk, is kind of holding on to her and like whispering in her ear, like it's okay, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna get an explanation. But Fernilly is like, she's doing that thing where you just keep trying, even though you know it's not going to work.
We know. We did that.
She's just like crying over Zix, and like pumping as much magic as she can, while Maury is like not trying to stop her. He's just standing there.
Is it obvious that his throat was cut as soon as we see him?
Yes, very obvious that his throat was not just cut, but not to get too graphic.
Well, I'll reiterate the question.
Eviscerated.
Do it.
It doesn't look like it was chewed.
No.
Okay.
Like this. Well, they're like examining the body, and they like pull a canine tooth out.
No.
I mean, come on. What are we all gonna think when he goes downstairs with somebody and then they're dead and there's blood coming out of the neck? It's the first thought you have.
Yeah, no, it's very clear. Like it's so deeply
Like, no
cut
offense, no
that
racial-
he's.
Sorry, man.
Ayla hasn't actually reached that point yet. It's like that shock of like, oh fuck, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of blood.
Yeah, Zix lies on the floor.
They never tell you that they shit themselves.
True.
It's overpowered by pennies.
Yes.
Pennies and shit.
Yeah. It's so deeply cut that it's like you can't miss that his throat has been cut. It's bad. And while he's lying there and very clearly like just gone, all the color's gone, you do notice that like Kai is totally clean. Surprise, maybe not. But it does appear like the puddle is just very soaking into the wood. And Maury gestures for the door to be closed and then says to his group, "We have not been completely honest, have we, Woven Fates? There have been lies told, and the lies told, or omissions, I will say, have now led to the loss of one of our most cherished members. You did not tell us that we were traveling with a prince." And you hear Julia goes, "What the fuck are you talking about, Maury? Don't talk in riddles. Just tell us what the fuck happened." And Maury is like, "I get it."
It was not our place to give out that information without his consent.
Well, mistakes have been made. And for my crew, it is imperative that you understand, and I know that you do, as we take on things that are quite confidential, but this is Malachi Morningstar, the Prince of Devenia. And again, like collective gasps, and pearl clutching, but for Nilly,
All right, this is an old gesture. I'm old. I'm too. Oh yeah, you're right. It's a selfie
oh my god,
now.
it's the first event, yeah. For
You're
Nilly,
gonna make a
finally,
phone call now.
Yeah, I gotta go call the authorities over this crime scene. Not that old.
Fernelli stops what she's doing, but she doesn't get up, and her head is just hanging low. As Mori says, I don't know exactly what occurred here, but I am sure that Kai will explain it all to us. Or the Prince Morningstar will explain it all to everyone in this room so we can all be prepared and understand the danger that we are in traveling with all of you. And I will say that I have been disappointed by some of the lies. He looks at Iolite. Omissions. Because it has put us in danger. So please explain, Prince, Your Highness, why Zix lies dead on the ground.
She's lied about having another shard, among other things of that nature.
I'm trying to think
pertaining to that topic.
I'm trying to think like what have we lied about besides that? And, yeah, okay, I forgot. It was you told them you only have one.
I left court without leave. In doing so, I placed my grandmother in a situation where she needed an excuse of why her grandson was no longer at court. Not knowing where I was at the time, I don't blame her. She said I was dying and then dead. So as far as Davenia is concerned, I am dead. But unfortunately, some things that happened on the island, whispers and other things, have made their way back. And if something were to prove that she is lying, that could cause several international incidents. So somehow she found out that we were on our way back to Tania. And he will reach down and pick up the runestone. And this was placed inside of the bag that Zix was carrying. When he opened the bag, some rune froze us in place. And one of the Violent Legion's assassins were here with a message that Malachi Morningstar is dead, and anything that would cause doubt for that will meet this end.
Where did this assassin go? They are on this ship then.
Either that or teleported away.
Julep yells out at this point. She says, so one of our own got fucking murked because of you. You're the one who has caused this and caused Zix to be lying in front of me, bleeding out his fucking neck hole. And Takeo grabs her and is like, we're gonna go outside. And you can see like something around her. Things start to like shift around. And Mori is like, yeah, get her out of here, get her out. And she starts to like crackle, and the room almost like shifts slightly as Takeo leads her out and closes the door. And you can hear her, she's like swearing and yelling as they go. And Mori says her magic is too chaotic for her to stay. When she gets any kind of emotional, it's dangerous for us all.
She's a liability then.
If we're going to speak about liabilities in this room right now.
Since you're trying to paint him as one, and you have one of your own.
But mine is not a prince.
But yours is a bomb waiting to go off. I used to be her a year ago. I know the bomb that goes off. But make sure you're looking at this scenario and not just placing blame on us when you're doing it too. And remember, this wasn't just him. This was his grandmother. You're dealing with royalty.
I know. I would have liked to have known that before this occurred.
Do you
There's a
think
lot
that
you
would
don't
have
know.
prevented it?
Perhaps.
There's a lot you don't know.
I would not
There's a
let
lot.
my people be in a room by themselves with a Dampier prince.
How did you know that?
You guys told.
Did it? Fuck.
And
He's not an idiot.
Zix was there when he attacked. So what do we do to fix this? I would like to say, going forward, that the information that you hold is important for us to be able to trust each other. And I don't know what to do about Zix. But do we keep this secret and therefore walk through life, at least not in the danger of your family? Is this the only one I have to lose on behalf of you?
As long as that secret doesn't get out, my family will have no quarrel with anyone.
And how do you fix this then?
This is new to me.
It's very new. It just occurred. But here lies dead a very valued person in my life. So what do we do to fix it?
There are magics in the world to undo death.
Of course. Very expensive and very hard to find. And unfortunately, my first thought would be to go to the Queen. But we can't do that. What I can say is I will fix this so that at least it is not an issue on the tally-ho. So the captain does not have questions. We will figure something out.
Did he have family?
He did.
Then perhaps we send something to them.
That's a very vague statement.
I do not know their customs.
He died in your service. I would like you to remember that. And hold that with you. He did not die in my service. He did not die for me. We will fix this and we will discuss what and how we will proceed. No more secrets, if you'd like for us to work with you. We are going to take care of this together. You can leave.
Does that sound more like an invitation, or does that sound like he's telling us to leave?
It sounds like he's telling you you can go.
Let's do one more. Look around at everyone's faces, and then I'm out that door.
Yeah, Bergaface, the half-elf, is standing there very... Typically he has like a smell that lingers around him, and right now you can't smell it, but He's definitely like just silently staring down. Vernilli has not looked up at any of you. Desi goes over to Vernilli at that point too and just kneels down next to her and hugs her. But it looks like Maury's saying you can go if you want to go, but they're going to figure out how to move forward. Or you can stay. It's totally up to you.
I'm already out the door.
Okay.
What's going on with Ayla?
It's right behind them.
Eldon will give like a short, like a half bow in their direction. I'm sorry for this loss.
Maury just nods.
He was very likable.
Yes.
Then Eldon will go.
I'll stay and help if you'll have me.
Hold on. So Dropple, the gnome, who is always wearing the fedora, she steps up to you, and she's very small, and she looks right up at you, and it's hard to read her face, but she just, in this little kind of squeaky voice, goes, "I think you should leave."
He will not be forgotten.
I know.
Kai leaves.
You can see she closes the door behind.
Come stool.
The stool has not moved.
Because it's sad.
To bury it.
Let's bury the stool with him.
It's what he would want.
And that is where we will take it. As you are exiting or heading up to the deck or wherever you're headed out of the room, close behind you as Dropple, what is the word I'm looking for, escorts Kai out. What are you doing?
We're on deck before Kai because he lingered in the room for a minute. Well, this vacation is not going well. What the fuck?
What happened?
I mean, I didn't get close. You said the dagger. Did anybody see any?
I didn't see any.
No, it
bites.
didn't look like that.
Well, good. That's one problem that we do not need to deal with.
It still didn't look good
I mean,
for Kai.
for any of
Or
us.
any of us.
Now he wants us to tell the truth all the time. What kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah, that's not happening. Can't always be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
do
was
not.
wondering what fucking lies you guys are.
It's just me. I'm pretty sure.
I haven't disclosed much about my family either, so I'm just keeping shit close to the vest. So
I mean, I do not know how we make up for this and repay or whatever. I mean, repay sounds inconsiderate, but I mean, sometimes that is the solution.
I don't even know where to begin.
A debt is owed, and we won't know how to pay it until that moment arrives.
I do not look forward to paying it. Price may be too high.
That's
Somebody-
if we can.
Somebody died. Regardless of whose fault it was. It's the highest price you can pay.
Oh, here he comes.
Quick, act natural.
Like we weren't saying anything.
Came up.
Oh, hey.
Oh, okay.
Hey, guys.
Hey, big dog, what's going on?
Can I roll an insight to see if I notice that they are all of a sudden clamming up?
I feel like you don't. I feel like
That would just be
no.
one of... That's just... I was going to say
think you're
human nature.
passive.
No,
Could
we're
figure
not
that
all
out.
human. It's just like one of those, like...
Yeah, I don't think you need to roll. You can absolutely roll if you want to, but I feel like
Like,
It's better if he knows.
I don't think anybody was trying to hide the silence. It's just like when that
you just saw a dead body.
person shows up, and it's just like...
Hey, bye. How you doing?
You okay?
I'm fine.
What the hell happened?
He was killed,
No shit. I saw that part.
just as I told Maury and them. The rune went off.
And you're sure it was your grandmother?
That's what the message said.
What if you were alone, opening the bag? That the dagger have been for you?
If they wanted to kill me, they had plenty of time to. I'm assuming if anyone else was in the room, they would have met the same fate.
Oh, shit.
And that was the bag of the gambler that approached us, yes?
As far as I could tell, it was.
Do we think he was involved in this?
Anything is possible. Could have been someone that they met on the island. Could be another passenger here. I didn't get a good enough look at them to be able to tell.
Well,
They used this.
What is that?
This is the dagger of the elite assassins of the Violent Legion.
I'm not very well educated. Who are the assassins?
The violence.
You see this dagger, it has a very, very lightly jagged. It's not like a dramatic jagged edge, but glimmers with this like dark sheen. It's very, very sharp, with these intricate runes that are etched along the edge, and the grip is wrapped in this black leather, and Kai, feeling it, would know it feels like cool and very perfectly balanced in your hand. The Whispering Blade.
The Whispering Blade is used by them, and they take their orders from the highest in the court.
can we assume that the message is delivered and we should not have to worry for the time being about a follow-up?
As long as my secret doesn't get out. That's what the message said. But as we get closer to Tavenia, there's a greater chance of someone suspecting or recognizing me.
Perhaps we can change your appearance. A pair of glasses, perhaps.
The good old Clark Kent.
As long as I just fall to the back and stay out of attention, I think we'll be okay.
That is your speciality, yes.
I'm sorry I brought this on us.
Well, I believe these are the risks that we all knew were involved.
It's not your fault, Kai.
Jarring walking into the room and seeing quite the...
Another swallow of that booze.
Not that I trusted any of Astrom's end to begin with, but I do not think any one of us should be alone with any one of them
I agree.
for our own safety.
I'm sorry, Iolite. That includes Desi.
No, he doesn't count. He's different.
Until we know different. Please.
Besides Desi, I do not think most of them are going to voluntarily want to be around us anyways.
Good point.
Understandably.
But just in case.
No offense or anything.
I mean, when we went to that house in the woods, they were insistent on sending at least one of their own with us. I don't know if their policy is going to continue now, but again, I do not trust them. They definitely do not trust us. Just be wary.
I agree.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. We can go see Amber and use those jugs.
Who's Amber?
Amber was in
You
the
all
talent
would have
show.
seen her in the talent show.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
yeah.
saying, but I know you knew, but did the rest of us realize?
Roll an insight
Yeah,
check.
you can roll an insight check. Everyone can roll and see if you. Would
I just assumed
recognize-
if they saw her in the talent show that everybody knew who it was. We've been on this boat, what, 10 days or more already? And they haven't seen, like, one of the cooks?
I mean, yeah. Typically, the cooks have been not hanging out with you all anyway.
21.
Yeah. Okay. Kethra knows that Amber is Callie.
6.
13.
15.
I would say the only one who maybe hasn't caught on for some reason is Guy.
The one that should.
Right over your head, guy.
for days
Kai
and
hasn't
days.
been paying attention.
He doesn't give a shit. So
Yeah.
he's just, yeah.
Poor Fitz.
Oh
In the
yeah.
Chat. He's like, "How's it going? Is anyone dead yet?"
As you're all standing there, you see Desi comes up to the deck. He's got a little smile on his face as he's looking at all the, other people are walking by, and he's just like,
See,
yeah.
see, that's why.
And he's got the bag with him, and he just sidles up to all of you and says, "Hey, so I'm the kind of messenger at the moment. Maury wanted me to give this to you." He hands over the bag to you, Kai, or hands it out. It looks like your grandmother left you some money, sent you a gift. So it's not ours. Quite a bit in there.
Kai will reluctantly take it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Just hold it by his side.
And I've been sent to just let you all know so that we can all be on the same page that basically what we're gonna do is kind of say that Zix just wasn't here. They're doing their thing. Gonna adjust the roster. He just never came with us off of Mantos Island.
And all of the people that have interacted with him.
They've got their thing. I think Yuri's gonna do some stuff, and it'll be enough to make people unsure. So,
Disconcerting.
I mean, yeah, that's a word.
I mean, they could say he fell off of one of the water horses.
I don't know. I think it's easier for the captain if maybe he just wasn't here. Otherwise, she's gotta answer to somebody, something, and so they're, like I said, they're figuring it out, and they'll plant enough doubt that it just will be, he stayed on the island.
He was one of yours, so you guys do as you see fit.
I mean, he's part of the group, yeah, but I don't really have much of a say. I've got my own opinions on the whole thing, but what do I matter?
What are your opinions?
I don't know. I think it's kind of sad to make it seem like somebody just wasn't ever here. But for what it's worth, he was. And we know that, I guess.
And Maury, did he say anything about us?
No.
He made a comment about lying.
Yeah, I heard that.
Does he not trust us anymore?
Probably not. I mean,
Did he to begin with?
I think so.
But probably not anymore.
I'm not really his most trusted confidant, so I don't really know. He talks to me, but he mostly talks to Fernilli. Just like everybody.
You talked to Fernilli.
Yeah,
Did she ever tell you anything?
about...
Like, that he says?
No, she's kind of a key
Tight-lipped.
lock. Yeah. It can be really good. If that's what you need. How are you all doing?
Not the afternoon I expected.
Yeah.
You said it was still midday, right?
Yeah,
Because in
it's
my
still the
mind
afternoons.
it's night for some reason.
No, it's still day. The suns are still up.
Because murder only happens at night.
This was a midday murder. Well,
Yeah.
we gotta act normal. So, I don't know if we'll be seeing them for probably the rest of the day, though.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do with the body?
I don't know. I don't really want to know. That's kind of why once the discussion was done and Maury said for me to leave, I didn't, fight him. I'm not overly interested in staying. But we're kind of just to let it be, and he's on Mantos.
I wonder. Where's the fellow with the cursed necklace? Perhaps we can get him to grant a wish. If we get closer to our destination, when we get closer to our destination, and perhaps for a sum, we could wish Zix back.
When I talked to him, didn't he... Am I making it up in my head that he said that it wasn't wishes, like, big wishes like that?
It's, so you get the impression that he couldn't be like, I wish for, like, world peace kind of thing.
Okay.
Or I wish for that mountain to disappear. Like, big things. How big wishing somebody back is depends on probably on the person, on how many.
If we're going by Dragon Ball rules, I mean, it's one person under non-natural conditions until they change the Dragon Ball rules later on. But we're going by original show.
We do play by Dragon Ball canon on this at this table, so I think that settles it.
So the rest of this session is just going to be us just going,
Just powering up till
Desi's
the
gonna
next time.
start.
We did just come into a sum of money.
I mean, I think he would be open to the possibility, perhaps when we dock and he can get away.
Well, he probably doesn't. Isn't it better if we're moving?
I have tried to get him to use it, and he will
But
not.
not for like a real compelling reason. You didn't try to pay him.
No, I did not.
Maybe we should.
I think he's worried about it materializing on the boat.
I thought it had to follow. Wasn't it following?
Within 100 feet or something, the thing.
Or does it
appears?
appear? Oh, it appears.
It appears within 100 feet.
Oh, okay, so
If
it
he
could
makes
appear
a
on the boat.
Wish. Yes.
Okay.
It's always following him.
But
If
it
he
gets
makes a
closer.
wish, it appears closer to him than it was.
So it could be on the boat.
There's always a chance that it could materialize
That's
right
not
on the
good.
boat with you all.
We'd have to be going more than 100 feet per second in this boat, which would be warp's fucking speed.
We can find him. We can perhaps, if we are all in agreement, see if he is amiable to that suggestion.
I would just be careful because
We could be trading one problem for another.
It's not going to chase us.
But besides that, what are you gonna tell them happened to? They're already pulling everything together to say that Zix is gone and never was on the boat. So then you'd have to like kind of loop him in.
He does not need to know all the details.
I mean, he would have to know that Zix isn't here anymore.
That is all he needs to know.
Well, maybe we can make it worth his silence if we give him enough. And maybe can we figure out a way to get him away? I don't know. This is a lot.
I think we can find him, and without giving too many details.
You might want to loop Maury in, if that's what the
He's
plan.
not going to like that.
It
Don't you
brings
think,
an-
Desi?
It brings another person to knowing that Six is no longer here. That won't do us any good.
But we could have Zix back.
At what cost?
We may be sacrificing this other person for Zix.
They would
He seems to
agree.
get away pretty well.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while. I mean, if we're just offering him money or something in exchange for it, it's his choice. He can say no. He's been making wishes before he met us.
If he needed money that badly, then he would probably just wish for the money, no?
I suppose.
It's
Could you ask him in like a non-specific hypothetical way? Where we don't necessarily mention Zix unless
Oh,
say
he
there was a
seems
green
agreeable.
fella that disappeared.
No, what if it was like, hey, I heard you got some of those wishes. Like, what would it be worth to you to help us out by using one?
We also don't know if they're even telling the truth about the wishes.
That's why I keep trying to get him to make a wish.
We would certainly find out.
I don't think it's cursed, to be honest.
If he's not telling the truth and there is no creature, then maybe we just like lose some money, I guess, and Zix stays dead. He's not going to get any deader.
Well, it's something we should at least consider the closer we get to shore. We don't need to go do it now.
But what if they get rid of his body?
You are correct. If we are going by Dragon Ball rules,
Which we obviously are.
he will be resurrected where he died.
Well, since we're supposed to be acting normal and we can't really fix this right now, I mean, I say we get a drink in Zix's honor.
It's what he would have wanted.
What's to become of the stool?
I was just about to ask that.
fucking.
I hit my tooth on the cup and went to drink, and I'm like,
You were so perfectly earnest.
I'm pretty sure they cleaned that up along with the blood.
Stool? Was it as though the stool was never here?
So I'm making
I
a
was like, are we
poop
talking
joke.
about poop jokes now?
Oh, I'm sad I didn't get that initially.
Could have blamed them. Could have blamed the murder on the stool.
I don't know what's gonna happen to the stool. It hadn't moved when I left, but they hadn't touched him, so somebody want it?
No,
I'm good.
No.
No, thanks.
Okay. So a drink then,
Yes, to the galley.
to the galley.
I'll go in and get them for us.
Okay. Your evening ends, or your day, unless anybody has anything. You do not see Astrom's end for the rest of that day, that night.
Does Desi stay with us?
Yeah, Desi stays with you.
I'm looking behind my back and around every corner for the rest.
For Astrom's end?
Oh yeah, just
Oh.
yeah.
For Wish Guy.
I'm gonna know where Wish Guy is.
No, he's just
He's around.
around. Yeah.
But I'm not trusting them to not retaliate, so I'm just like
Catherine's looking around a lot.
Everywhere.
She's like, I heard there was an assassin. Is it still here?
Oh, yeah, we don't.
So she's like,
No, do we?
That night, just as a highlight, even though Desi had said he was going to, give you a prize later, he just doesn't bring it up. Doesn't bring anything up. Unless Iolite does, but in the moment, it's not on his mind.
I guess a lot happened, so she might let that go.
till tomorrow.
If it weren't for the murder, she definitely would have brought it up.
Anything anybody wants to do? You know what? I actually am interested to see what would happen between Eldon and Theratrix that night. That night in particular. Or a day later, whatever. Where, while Eldon is doing his nightly ritual, it is pitch black out there when you all are... When it's night, even though the moons are kind of bright, it is dark over the ocean as you are looking, and at one point while you're kind of finishing up your ritual, Theratrix swoops down and just sits. And just quite simply starts off the conversation with a, "Are you all right?"
Yeah, I think so. It's sad what happened, but it seems these things happen in the outside world.
I felt your emotions pitch and change many times over. Was it upsetting because you knew him, or just because of what you saw?
Upsetting because I knew him, and sad because it didn't feel like it had to happen.
I agree. What do you think could have been done differently?
I don't know, if I'm being completely honest. Not only was I not there, but sometimes it's not within someone's control what happens to us. Unfortunately, it's as if a bolt of lightning were to drop and strike the ship now. Nobody caused it. Not one of us.
Are you calling for what Zick said?
But
I mean, Zix fits.
I know what you meant in the chat. It's weird how, because my mind said
Like
fits, not
fits.
Zix. But Just sometimes things happen beyond our control, and the most we can do is react. Try to pick up the pieces. Kai will probably carry in some people's eyes the blame, even though he didn't do it. What could he have done to have changed things?
It's an interesting choice, what the group has chosen to do.
Astrom's End?
Yes.
It's, I think Ayla used the word disconcerting, I think, right? And that fits pretty perfectly. I don't like the idea that someone's memory can just be wiped out like that. I like to think that we all leave some kind of a mark somewhere with someone. To think of it all being scrubbed bothers me.
Well, as long as you do not forget him.
Yeah. Well, I'll do my best not to. I know his other friends certainly won't. How do you feel?
About what?
The situation, someone being killed, taken like that.
I've seen quite a bit of it, traveling with all of you. He seems as though he was a good person.
Unfortunately, sometimes good people die. No matter what we do.
Yes.
I hope that we don't have to see more of it. More good people dying that way.
Unfortunately, I believe that we will.
That's why I said hope. Have you had any further insight on our purpose, our mission?
We are headed in the right direction.
Eldon just shakes his head like the vagueness, you know? He's such like almost like a logical little computer dragon man.
I have no further insights, but I feel as though you can feel it. There's a destiny on the shores of Eporia.
It's a pull. I just wish I knew something more. But I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
We will. You'll be able to do it. You're strong.
We'll see.
You are. I will keep patrolling.
Thank you.
Takes off. Disappears into the darkness.
I like that. It's like, you guys, I've talked about being on the cruise before. You guys have ever been on one? No. So at night, when you're out there and the lights on the ship are on, if it's even the slightest bit foggy, it is completely pitch black. Like, you do not, it feels like you could reach out and touch like it's like a curtain of velvet. Mm-hmm. It's like, it looks like it's like 10 feet off the boat. Like, I imagine, like, I actually took something and whipped it off and it just disappeared. It was the creepiest thing. It was like being in a video game and you threw something out of bounds.
Yeah.
There's nights on the jetty like that.
Yeah. That's it. Well, I imagine when he takes off, it's just like he's like,
Yep.
gone.
Yep, he's
Just
gone.
fucking disappears.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the night,
Yes.
before everyone turns in, I don't know who's in our cabin, but I'm gonna be like brushing Iolite's hair and like doing like a braid painting nails, that
The
whole.
classic thing is like 100 brush strokes or something.
Oh yeah, I don't know. But that's just just the friend.
I don't know either.
The friend, the woman friend grooming routine.
Women friend grooming routine.
I don't know.
Patented by women everywhere. Women friends, sorry. Everywhere.
How are you feeling about today's events?
Not good.
No.
Good, Ayla.
Are you still interested in going forward with this group, the Astron's End?
I mean, what's the alternative?
We figure it out ourselves. It is what we have always done so far.
If it was just about Mori and Astrum's End and where they want to take me, no, I would not want to stay with them. But there's Desi. Although, maybe we could have convinced him to come with us. Who was it?
It was
What?
I instantly got blamed.
Weird stomach noise? Definitely.
It's usually me.
Definitely, Julie.
I was like, for me, it wasn't me this time. Sorry.
Says Kethra while we're talking about this.
It was you. It was you in game.
It was me in game. Sorry.
But he has 2 of the shards. And I just don't know if I can leave them.
Well, it is up to you. Whatever choice you make, if you want to continue as we are going, and we just will be extra vigilant, or if you say fuck it, then let's do our own thing. As you know, I'm always down for that kind of fun. So, you let us know.
Do you feel like you're in danger?
I think every minute off the island I'm in danger.
I mean, true, we are all in a general danger at all times, but I mean specifically Astrum's End.
I did not trust them to begin with. Now, it's just a stronger feeling of mistrust. But, as you know, I was grown up to mistrust everyone.
I mean,
Brought up to mistrust everyone.
I can't say I have a strong trust for any of them except Desi, I suppose, but I just don't think Mori would hurt any of you, or any of them would hurt any of you, because Mori needs me, and he has to know that I'm not going to do anything he wants if he lays a finger on any of you.
No, let us hope that insurance carries on. I mean, he may not necessarily, but there are a couple of hot-headed ones that may still try to retaliate. I mean, would we not if it was reversed?
Oh, we would. Thinking of Kethra specifically in her head.
Kethra like rolls ahead through the door kind of thing. Like,
Oh, we're talking about killing someone for
what do you
revenge.
want me to do?
I think it's worth maybe paying a little extra attention and listening, if we can, just to see, I suppose.
It doesn't hurt to be...
Vigilant?
I was going to say, not trusting, but yes, that too.
All of those. Both of those things.
But again, just... I do not want you doing anything you do not want to do. So if this endeavor with this group at any point becomes something you do not think is worth it, we leave altogether as our group.
I have to get those shards.
You can think of ways to get them.
From Mori?
If it comes down to that.
We'll see. Not while we're trapped on a boat together.
No. Once we are on dry land.
We can talk about it then. You don't think of Desi as like one of them, right? Because he's not.
You keep saying that, but time has passed and he has spent a lot of time with them. We don't know what magics they are capable of. They are altering memories. For Zix, what could they have done to him?
He seems fine. Well, relatively fine. He doesn't seem like his memory's been altered.
But there is no way to be sure.
His loyalty is not to them.
I certainly hope it's not. But just keep that in mind. They have the power to alter minds.
Yeah.
Even if now his loyalty is to you, who's to stop them from making him forget you?
Well, I hope he could never forget me, but that's certainly something to keep in mind, I guess.
What we are capable through the weave is astonishing in a lot of ways. No one would ever want to forget you, but the power that it can have over someone, it cannot be fought sometimes.
Yeah.
We can look to ways to try to counter this.
Okay. Do you think we should try to... No one else really seemed interested in that whole wish thing.
I think it's something we should keep in our back pocket. It's a term I just discovered the other day. Heard someone saying that on deck.
Yeah.
I have no ill will against Zix if he can be brought back, and it costs some gold and diamonds, jewelry, and our cursed friend can get away from his problem, then I see no downside to it.
I just don't think there's any harm in asking.
We can probe.
I'll probably leave that to you.
I do like probing.
Can you put a bow in it?
All right, anything else over the coming days? I was just going to say that Astrom's End, over the coming days, what you notice, like, so Julep wants nothing to do with any of you. I mean, you haven't really engaged all that much, except maybe some yoga in the mornings, but she's intentionally steering clear. Her and Takeo just hang out kind of by themselves a little bit. She won't look at you. She doesn't even do like dirty looks. It's like she's been instructed to not engage.
Eldon would definitely be hanging around Kai, like just playing wingman kind of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Hanging, just so he doesn't have to go anywhere alone.
You notice that Mori acts as if nothing happened. He's just he greets you all. He still plays games. He brings out the liar's dice and any other dice games, knuckle bones, like whatever.
I know that you motherfuckers are good at this.
He's like, you lying pieces of shit.
Wants to play
I challenge.
Wants to play motherfucking asshole liar's dice. My friends killed.
What you also gather is it's not so much that people's memories were altered. It's a little bit different. What you come to find out is like the captain at some point asks about, I thought we had didn't your buddy there, wasn't he on the ship? Didn't he come back with us, Mantos? From Mantos, like he boarded, but then the roster it's not like somebody took an eraser. It's just like Zix's in her handwriting was not ever entered as having boarded with
just
other people.
Gaslighting.
Yeah, there's a lot of like.
So here I am looking like an asshole saying, they can change your friend's memory. Watch out for that.
Well, so because they mentioned that Yuri was going to do things, so you don't know what Yuri can exactly do, but Yuri's chronomancy is not common. Of all the magics out there, it is very rare to come across somebody who has, you've got like Misty Step as I would argue, a little bit of it. Same thing with Dimension Door, like you're able to take yourself from one point in time and move yourself instantly to another space. It's not considered chronomancy, but it's a little on the verge. Yuri, over the course of the couple days, they look very worn out, like very, very tired. Still pleasant, and all the rest of Astrom's End are they engage with you as normal. Fernilli seems a little off, but not. It's like they've been given an order and they are following through with the order, except for Julep, who just is Julep, and she's been told if you can't do it, then you need to disengage yourself, and so she has. But Yuri, you notice, is like ragged, like tired, real tired, and so it's at least overall the impression that you're getting is people are like, oh yeah, I feel like, but maybe that happened when we were between, Rosecaster and Mantos, that whole interaction happened or whatever. It's more about, like more gaslighting and things that have been changed, but not memories per se. It's just more like, oh, that must have happened at a different time because he didn't board the boat. And even people are like, no, absolutely. It's like, but he wasn't here. Sorry. So that's more of what you kind of see, and he didn't, I hate to say it this way, he didn't really matter all that much to anybody else on the boat except for you all, for it to stick in their heads of like, no, this is a mystery that must be solved. Like, he didn't come off the boat. He didn't come onto the boat from Mantos Island. That's where he is.
And how's our food been? It's not been extra zixy lately, right?
No.
We don't know what they did with the body. That's the price we had to pay. It's like we've been getting special meals, and it's been green.
No.
It's been Zix the entire time. Zix.
Will not eat green eggs
Seasoned
and
with
ham.
Zix. Oh, no.
Green Zix and ham.
Oh,
This
no.
is not you got Rocky Horror on the brain. No, you don't know what happened to his body. They don't talk about him. He's on Mantos Island. What was I going to say? Oh, so Kethra, Yuri had been spending quite a bit of time. There's one afternoon, we'll say, where they're looking particularly disheveled on the side, near the front of the ship, just kind of like they're smoking something, and they're just looking out over the ocean, and they've gotten a very quiet over the.
Kethra will walk up to him.
Yeah.
Go. For a second, I thought you were puking overboard. What do you got?
Oh, you can, if you want.
What
just
is it?
Keeps you calm.
What is it?
Well, marijuana.
All right.
Marijuana.
You see her pass it back. I'm like,
It's real quick. You'll feel it.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So how are you?
Tired.
No offense, but you look like shit. But
Yeah, I was gonna say like shit. Yeah. Well, that's the price you pay for excellence. That's what I tell myself.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah,
All right.
excellence.
And she's gonna go, and I think I'm gonna take that from you for a minute. All right.
How are you all holding up, hanging in, holding out?
I think everyone's definitely, lack of a better term, fucked up about it.
Yeah. Well, the gods, it looks they look up towards the suns. Not at them directly, but for a second. They haven't been answering anybody's prayers in, 300 years? So.
They rarely answer. I don't know why anyone expects them to.
I heard they used to. But I guess it's, just our luck.
Seems that way. So not to be nosy or anything, but... question.
I would say answer, but, it's gonna depend.
I kind of figured you'd say that, and I get it. Are you sure you're okay?
Oh. Well, that wasn't what I even thought was on the list. I figured you were gonna ask what we did, or...
I know better than to ask those questions.
Yeah. I'm... I've been better. I don't like messing with time.
I can see that.
Yeah. Takes a lot out of me. But it is for a good purpose, and we're here to try to make sure that Iolite gets where she needs to go. It is our job, it's our duty, and she seems like a good person, and I'm hoping that when we get to the final place that we need to be, whatever power she's handed will not corrupt absolutely.
Iolite is one of the only people I know that I have faith that it won't.
That's
And
good
I
to
don't
hear.
say that. I don't say that about anyone. I can say that everyone in my group is a good person. And in light of what happened, I hope that everyone in your group remembers that.
They're trying. Some are having a worse time than others.
Yeah, your girl Julep really got to work on her attitude. Really got to work on her anger. And that's coming from me.
Yeah, let's, she's not gonna get better. Julep's seen some shit. And we all know what we're getting into with her. She is very loyal to Maury, though, so, she might be mad about it, but she does what he says.
So she's not a bomb I have to worry about going off?
I mean, she is, but we got Fernilly, she really likes Takeo. They're like two peas in a pod. And I don't know if you've seen him, but nothing bothers that guy.
I just need to know because I'm sure you're aware. I am always protecting them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make this weird, but do I have to worry about her going after Kai?
No. I'll put it this way, if Julep decided to go rogue, well, we don't go rogue on Maury.
And you're absolutely sure we can trust me and Maury?
I mean, I can't make you all, but we all trust him. He's family.
That doesn't mean much to me.
Well, unfortunately, no offense, but we're kind of in a position here where we haven't been the ones who lied. So I can't make you trust him, but I
meant that I don't trust family.
Well,
Why, is there more
chosen
you'd like to
family.
add to that?
Chosen family.
All right.
I don't trust my family either, but I haven't seen them in forever.
The only people I trust are the people I'm with now.
Yeah.
And I would like to believe that I'm beginning to trust you as well.
I'm honored to
Let's make a deal
start the road. Yes.
between you and I. If there's ever a time where I have to worry about that there's a time I should worry about a member of your group, will you tell me? And I will do the same.
Yeah. Okay.
What we have to do, not to make light of Zix's demise, but we cannot get distracted from what we need to do. As tragic as it was still no one's here's fault. And as much as Maury believes that we lied to him about things, I'm sure there's things that you guys haven't told us that are lies of omission as well. So before everyone gets on their high horses and starts making it seem like it's our fault, they need to remember that. There's a lot of things he won't tell us either. We have every right to keep things close to our vest. Kai had that right. And he didn't do it for a selfish reason. He did it to keep you all safe.
Yeah.
We need to come back together and understand if we can trust each other or not. Because for what I have to deal with, I can't have you as my enemy as well.
No, you can't.
And for all you know, every single one of us could bring the same danger that Kai has brought us. You don't know who else is you don't know who's looking for who.
That we don't.
Very well, next could be my father, for all you know. I feel like this has shifted perspective and pointed fingers and placed blame instead of us coming together and trying to understand really what happened.
Believe it or not, you kind of sound like Maury right now. I think he's just giving it time before we all come have another talk. Julep notwithstanding.
Yeah, because her mouth is gonna get her popped. And I mean it.
It's not the first time. She's
Have you ever been punched in the face by a bear before?
I won't claim to know what Julep has
That's a t-shirt.
done.
Have you ever been punched in the face by a bear before?
The bear with the boxing.
Little boxing glove, like, put them up, put them up.
Yuri like brushes their dreads out of the way. You can see the whole, I'm pretty sure it was the right side of their body that I said, but whatever side that's all covered in the burns, and just kind of like brushes away and then reaches back out for their marijuana and take it and just looks back out over the ocean.
You should probably go to bed, buddy.
I can handle it.
I don't know if we're gonna look at how bad you look, buddy. You
Yeah,
look real bad.
that I thought you were talking about this.
No, you look like shit.
Yeah, it'll be a couple days, but I'll be all right. Well,
Let me know if you're not.
I will.
Let's not make this whole scenario weird between you and I, at least.
Oh, no. I'm all right. I did my part. It's just draining.
Okay, just say something. We didn't leave you with that old dirty bastard in the woods.
No, I appreciate it.
We could have.
Old dirty bastard.
That's what it is now. He's canon. He's just like
Old dirty
a really
bastard.
tall, skinny ODB.
Yes, yes.
So something. Hey, dirty. Bitch, where's my money?
They just kind of like look at you from the side and say, honestly, I could have gotten out of there any second I wanted. I just, you don't want to make enemies of something like that.
Of the old dirty bastard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere Isla's going, what?
Just so you know, I wasn't going to leave you there without trying.
I appreciate it. I figured you all would. Yeah, good people.
I can't speak for the rest of them, but I wasn't going to leave you.
Well, Iolite wouldn't have left me there either. That's how I know.
I don't know. The rest of them, maybe. I don't know. Eldon probably wouldn't either because he
Yeah.
actually has a moral compass, unlike myself. But, yeah.
So now we're down to Kai and Ayla.
He's got a moral compass.
I don't
Yeah,
It just doesn't point north.
That's pretty much what I was about to say. I was like,
It's just spins around a
No
little.
matter what
it's constantly
direction it
searching for
faces,
true
it
north.
points-
Constantly searching. It's like, guy has a
It
moral
shows you what
compass,
you
but-
desire most. So it's
I I just imagine that it would point right to yourself all the time. That's the moral compass.
It's Jack's compass.
So let me know when Maury's thinking about having another conversation.
Yeah, it'll be soon. Give it another couple of days.
And definitely leave Julep out of it.
It's not my call. Just
Make a request for Maury for me.
all I can say is I got some edibles of this. You can have it before we go in, and then she's more
You got some
bearable.
now?
Yeah, in my bunk.
You want to do me a favor and go grab me one because it's been a shit day.
Yeah, all right.
No rush, dude.
Yeah, I'll find you.
Appreciate it. Just gonna go up top. Bam.
It's like a barely.
You really need to go to bed, dude.
I'll get there. All right.
Where would Kai? This is at night.
This
It
is a
was
couple
like
days
kind of,
later.
Yeah, it's a
too.
couple days later, and near the end of the day, the suns are setting. We'll say.
Where would Kai be?
Guy's at the back end of the boat, just watching the ocean.
Oh, it's like right by where Eldon would be, anyways.
At night.
Suns are setting, unless you want it to be a different time of day.
Sunset's fine with me.
I was gonna say, if it's during the day, Isla's sunbathing back there while he's brooding.
Topless.
Yeah.
Well, you could be at the end because it's a beautiful sunset. Always a beautiful sunset when there aren't any clouds in the sky. Just oranges and pinks and purples that cascade from the dark all the way to the light. But those two suns as they're dipping down, it's like perfection every time.
So if you wanted to go talk to him, she's
We
been
can- it doesn't matter.
she's been like trailing him, like when he's on deck. So like, but not like standing next to him or anything. Just like if he's like brooding on deck, then like right now watching the sunset, she's just sitting there like on a crate, leaning back, just in the vicinity.
Just don't mess up any of Eldon's little. He's got his little perch. Don't mess up his blanket and his other stuff.
I just keep picturing Kai. He stands in one place and he's like, and then 10 minutes goes by and he's like, all right. And he goes over to the spot. He's like,
The next section.
Only when people aren't looking, though.
Yeah.
He's like, looks
everyone's
around.
gone. He's like, okay, head
That's a
over.
good brooding spot.
Checks the checklist and brooded here today. That was
I mean,
yesterday.
I don't have to be the only. If you're already back there, that's totally fine.
No. If you wanted to have a conversation with
No,
him,
we
saying
can-
go
we
ahead.
can-
She's
You can
not going to
have
be
a
part of the
threesome
conversation.
Yeah.
She's just when she notices Kai is walking about with one of us not near him, then she's just kind of like. Just keeping an eye out with her -1 strength.
Well, wherever Kai is, Eldon would approach. How you holding up?
A lot better than Zix.
Inwardly just cringes like fuck. Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. You're still breathing, so
Well, not exactly.
for show. You doing all right though? Seeing that happen, it only makes sense. It would take a toll on a man.
I'm not unfamiliar with death, but I wouldn't have wanted that for Zix. But I still understand why.
So all we have to do is keep your real name quiet.
That was the bulk of the message, yes. Make sure Malachi is dead.
It's a hell of a message. Hell of a way to deliver it. It's truly.
There was something else in the message that keeps her playing in my mind.
What's that?
My grandmother said that she makes decisions for what's best for the crown. As she does now and as she did when I was an infant in her arms. And me not being dead wasn't the only thing that she was worried about people talking about, but a secret that my family has.
Regarding your nature?
I don't know. Could be that. Could be something else.
A bigger secret than having the Crown Prince be like a wizard, a vampire? Dampier, sorry.
There's a lot that's going on. I originally, when I took the deal that was offered from the Raven Queen, I was promised answers about my mother. I've just gotten more questions. But, as we've seen with everything that's happened thus far, I think a lot more things are connected than we realize.
I wouldn't doubt it. We haven't called ourselves the Woven Fates for no reason. The Raven Queen. You said you made a deal with the Raven Queen and you have more questions than answers. How do you even begin to get answers? How do you ask questions?
Honestly, it's not like we have any type of direct communication. She shows me visions and gives me riddles.
That's why you scream at night?
Sometimes.
Well, tell her to knock it off, because it cuts into my beauty sleep.
We've noticed.
Well, not all of us can. Well, I just wanted to make sure that you were doing... Okay is a strong word, but as well as somebody could. Seeing and experiencing what you did.
I won't be dreaming of what I saw that night anytime soon, but I'm all right.
And I'm sure you know this, but just in case you need to hear it again, it wasn't your fault.
Being at fault and being responsible are not mutually exclusive.
Well, you're not wrong. Just... you can't control the actions of others, even if you'd like to, or if I'd like to. But I was talking to Theratrix the other night, and I had said something about it along the lines of, even if you can't control or something happens out of your control, it's how you deal with it afterwards that matters. So, I don't know. We'll have to make it as right as we can, somehow. And move on.
Well, I'm open for suggestions.
Well, he had next of kin. He had family somewhere. If there's a way to send some of that gift that you were given, we'll call it. That might be a good start. You can't... Gold doesn't buy someone when they're dead. You can't bring them back. But if there was others that was depending on him, it might be a good start. Maybe.
Perhaps when the time's right, I'll speak with Maury.
All right. Eldon's gonna like reach out very gently and just kind of give out like that, like just like a
Gentle pat on the shoulder.
like knowing he doesn't
gentle,
like to be touched, but it's
awkward.
the same way you pet. And this is so niche. A dog you know but don't pet a lot. You go to your friend's house and you've
Yeah.
seen the dog a few times. That's what he's doing. It's the only way I can, because everybody's been in that situation before.
You're like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Hey there, big man.
Alright.
Yeah.
Days go by as
Somebody had to check up on you.
nobody cares about guys. You, as I mentioned, Maury is he's right there with you all. The rest of the group, and eventually, actually, I'll say a couple more days. You are into the next month.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So we
done
zipped
with
through
burdens?
burdens,
Several
done with
days.
Burdens
I had this one thing that could have happened in like the burdens 10 celebrations. Yes, you just kind of zipped through. Oh no, never mind. That's the wrong amount of time. I moved this. That's why. You have several days that go by. We're gonna say that you're almost a full week goes through, and let me just update my notes. Halfway through the week, Maury calls you all to talk. It's been a very boring trip, and which is good. Everyone is happy for it. You have like a month and a half left.
Jesus Christ. How many
Right?
more murders are going to happen? A month and a half.
No, like a month left. A little bit less than a month, actually, now that I put the math here. But he calls you all in to discuss, and honestly, the gist of what he says is just, we're going to make this work. It's going to be okay. Julep is quiet in the room. Uncharacteristically quiet.
Nice. Kevin's gonna be like, nice.
Take was just kind of petting her hair. And she's a halfling as well, so she's as small as Maury is. But Maury just calls you all in, and if there's anything anyone wants to get off their chest, now would be the time. But I believe we have a job to do. It's gone well. There have not been too many questions. Zix makes an impression, but an impression that's easy enough to tie back to the island or where we were before. How's everyone holding up? Well, right. About as I expected.
What did you do with them?
We're not supposed to ask that.
I don't care.
I think the less you know, the better. He was a very respected part of our group, so just know that we respectfully have dealt with him. We are less than a month away from landing on Emporia. We will land in Dahim and then head northward. We'll have to go through the mountains, although I believe you're very well versed there. Then up through the Myers and past another mountain range before we end up in the meadows, at which time unclaimed land. This is quite some time away, of course, but We're doing well so far.
Is it just him, or is it
No, the
both
whole-
groups?
Yeah, the whole group
Oh,
is,
okay.
is there with you. Yeah.
What's the expressions on Fernilli and Desi's face as he says, like, oh, as Maury is saying, like, we're going to get through this, everything's good?
Desi always kind of seems, he's always checking in on Iolite's expression. Just kind of always looking over. That's his best friend. Like, that's the person he's most connected to. So he's going to look over and he's just kind of taking it in. Fernilli, you're used to seeing a bigger smile on her face than she has had since the incident. But it's like very professional, almost. She's looking at everybody else. If you make eye contact with her, she makes eye contact right back, kind of thing, but not in a challenging way, just checking in. So nothing that is outwardly different, except that she has been impacted by this pretty significantly, even if she's not expressing it like Julep is. And we have no...
When Ayla's confronted with authority, she gets rebellious. So
Okay.
she doesn't have much to say. Just there's like a partial eye roll when he says, like, if there's anything to get off your chest, now's the time to say it. And she does one of kind of things. And
He clocks it, but he doesn't say anything. But he does end with, we're going to need to trust each other for what lies ahead. At the very least, I hope that you will know that if we are in a pinch, we're going to need to have each other's backs. It's going to get dangerous. Especially going through the hills to get to the Vascan Mountains, and then getting through the Vascan Mountains, and then beyond the Mires, and it's a dangerous road out there. I believe we have plenty of power between us, but there's a reason why people stick to the roads. Sometimes those roads are not as safe as you hope they will be. And we still have another month on the water. Anything can happen.
Let's hope for the best. Smooth rest of the journey.
are there any contacts along the way once we land? Other people that you are going to hook up with, information, or is it just us straight trekking through the wilderness?
I have contacts I will be connecting with, yes.
These are trustworthy sources.
I know which ones I can trust with what information and which ones I will have to need the truth before I hand it over. I've been doing this a long time.
Well, it shows in the professionalism of this group.
Thank you. Well, I'll see you for the next game of Liar's Dice.
Yes.
I've gotten really good at it. Julep leaves first. Like, that one.
I'm getting the guy from the boss from Office Space off of him after every one of these meetings. It's just like, okay, just like,
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just like, all right, the boss said the meeting is adjourned. Like,
So that night, we'll say it is, we'll say it's like the 15th or so of, Burdens. Desi will go to Iolite and say, so I know I owe you that prize from winning. It was just kind of awkward. I didn't know how you were feeling about everything. But tonight, I can show you.
Yeah. I didn't know there was really a prize.
Yeah. Meet me up over there tonight, like we'll say, oh, the sun's, well, you can sleep. Maybe like 4 in the morning. Like right
4 in the morning?
Yeah, I need the suns to be like kind of on their way.
Oh. Okay. I'll see you then.
All right.
Set ye old alarm clock.
Got a special prize.
A
The witching
special
hour.
prize. Kai, that night, you have been dealing with that same dream that get cut off, and the trauma of watching Zix meet his end seems to have almost caught you in a loop where no matter what you do, you're always waking up still in the morning when you're supposed to, but it's like the dream stretches and just ends until this particular night as you go to sleep. Is this good music? Let's turn.
It's like,
I don't know. You're brought back to the scene where you and Loris are standing amidst the carnage of the vampire nest that you have silenced. Loris keeps picking up this jeweled necklace and turning it over in his hands and asking, are we doing the right thing? And you keep saying, we've sworn an oath, to which Loris reminds you that it was you who swore an oath, not him. But haven't you ever doubted it? Never thought that perhaps there's more to these creatures than the darkness that we hunt? And your hand tightens on coins that you've lifted from this vampire nest and say, I've been doing this for hundreds of years, Loris. I've seen the devastation they cause, the lives they ruin. We are the line that keeps the world safe. And then Loris sighs and sits down on this fallen pillar in the space that you're in and wipes the congealing blood off of his blade. And yet they were once like us, living, breathing beings with hopes and dreams. Is it so wrong to question if there might be another way? And he's not wrong. The vampires, the undead, every type of creature that you have fought was not born that way. They became that. And the silence stretches between you, too loud, filled with unspoken doubts and the echoes of countless battles. You look at Loris. He's got an earnest expression reflecting the internal conflict that you rarely allow yourself to acknowledge. I've never questioned her will, you say finally, though the certainty of your voice falters. It's what gives me purpose. Loris nods. You can see empathy reflected in his eyes. Purpose is important, Dagon, but so is questioning. It's what makes us more than just tools of fate. He stands up and places a hand on your shoulder. Regardless of your doubts, know this. While you may not have sought family, you are my brother. In battle and beyond. And it's those words, kind of like the echo that you heard in your mind of Malachi Morningstar is dead, that repeat over and over. And the two of you continue gathering up the coins and jewelry and all of these things from this vampire nest. And for the first time in a long while, you feel the faint stirrings of something other than duty, a sense of belonging. I thought you were giving a look because I said duty.
I was actually innocent this time. I had no idea what was going on. The one time my mind's innocent.
That was all you, Izzy.
I'm like, duty, and then I see her head turn, and I'm like,
I just started looking at it.
That feels like bait.
I'm like, don't say that.
Who am I gonna get with this
my
one?
brain was innocent. I'm actually proud of that. The fact that my brain was innocent there. It never stays there. Welcome to the dark side, Izzy. Oh, but I slid there with you real quick. Don't worry.
These faint stirrings of duty.
Poo-poo. Yes.
And as Kai is dreaming, and the story is coming together slowly in his night visions, Iolite, at 4 a.m, you are able to make your way to the deck in the quiet. It is a very nice night. There are people always wandering around on the ship. Did you try to sneak out from everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you roll a stealth check?
Okay.
It's
I'm
kind
gonna pass without a trace.
okay.
17.
All right. Yeah, that's everyone who's sleeping. You're sleeping. It is early morning at this point. But you make your way up to the deck. Nice and quiet out there. And Desi is exactly where he said he would be. It's kind of a cool night as the temperature has been shifting the closer you get to Aporia, or further away, I guess I would say, to from the islands. And you can see the stars overhead are all twinkling, scattered across the sea of velvet. And when you approach, you can see all this excitement that, like, just blooms on his face as he sees you come up the stairs to where he is. And he says, okay, I've been working on this for a while. So just, why don't you sit down right here? And there's like a bench that he has you sit. And he says, just look up. And you do. Looking up towards the stars, you can see them all in the darkness of the sky, and then he flourishes his hand and dozens of lights just flicker into existence. I'm gonna put some music on. So why not? They appear in a soft, pale glow, like newborn stars come to life at his fingertips. The lights float upwards, casting a gentle radiance that softens the shadows and illuminates his face. He has a very earnest expression, like he's focusing, but also trying to hold back excitement. Each mote of light is this delicate, almost ethereal presence. He raises his arms with these deliberate, fluid motions, and these motes respond as if they're all tethered to his fingertips, and he twirls them and spins them, elongating these streaks of light that carve patterns in the night sky. He weaves his hands through the air, and the motes follow suit, forming intricate, mesmerizing patterns that dance and shimmer like the aurora borealis. Each shift of his fingers causes ripples that go through the light, causing them to pulse and wave in kind of like this hypnotic ballet in the sky. And you feel this like warmth that almost seems to spread across your chest from the shard and just emanate comforting kind of glow. And as your eyes shift from like the lights, and he's very focused on them and deliberate with his movements, and you kind of look at him, you can see that he is just radiating this sense of purpose as he does it. He's put all of his affection into presenting this light show for you in this moment. The lights coalesce into a spiraling galaxy, their brilliance intensifying into a myriad of colors. There's violet, azure, emerald, gold. They whirl around each other, drawing closer before fanning out again in this breathtaking display of like cosmic beauty. The night holds its breath. And the only sound is this very faint hum of magic in the air, harmonizing with the quiet whispers of the wind and the lapping of the waves against the hull of the ship. And you can see his face is like lit with this radiant joy as he glances at you, and he's like searching for your reaction to all of what he's doing, and you can see him clearly, your best friend. The one who understands you the most, your confidant. Who he was. Maybe who he still is, but you see the Desi that you had before this all happened. Your heartbeat kind of slows and everything fades away. There's only the glow of the lights moving, the bond that you share with Desi. And even though it's silent, it is just a very powerful testament to this connection that you share. And a reminder that even in the darkest times, there's beauty and love and hope swirling all around. And as the light show reaches a crescendo, the motes gather all above you, forming this like radiant halo. And they descend very, very gently, surrounding you in this kind of embrace before fading into the night, and his hands lower, and everything just kind of dissipates. And it's unclear how long this show went on. Several minutes. And then he's done, and he just puts his hands down by his sides and smiles. And it's like, what did you think?
There you are. I've missed you.
I missed you too. I mean, I've been here.
Not like that.
Well, I'll try to stay. He comes over and sits down next to you on the bench.
She'll kind of lean her head on his shoulder.
He leans his head on your head. On his shoulder.
Do you ever think about the assembly? How it was, and I don't know. I just miss it. Before I knew everything.
Yeah. But I'm happy that it happened, but it's done. And that's kind of what I think of it, is that it was a chapter, and turn the page. And that's okay.
I miss them.
Yeah. Yep.
I miss your mom's tea in the mornings. I miss the face your dad would make when he was annoyed at me because he knew I could do better. So many things.
Well, at least he only gave you a face. I remember him saying, "I'm very disappointed in you, Des dear." that was worse.
Well, he never said that to me.
No, he saved it for me. Well, I have Mom's tea
Yeah?
recipe anyway. I know how she mixed all the leaves together and which one she used, so I don't have any of them with me, but little ways we can remember them together.
I'd like that.
Are you all holding up all right?
Yeah. I think as well as we can be. And you, guys?
Yeah, I'm all right. They seem to be doing better. I really liked Six. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he was fun.
Well, if you don't mind, maybe we can sit and watch the suns come up. It's been a while.
I'd love that.
Great.
I hope you stay. I've missed you.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
But you haven't really been here. You've been different.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best.
You don't have to apologize. You have every right and reason to be different, but it just makes me really, this was just really special, and it made me really happy.
Well, anything to make you happy. He takes one of your hands and holds on, just like kind of interlacing his fingers between your fingers. I'll try to stay. We can do a different light show every night.
I like it.
He just leans up against you as the suns come up.
All right, Bubba, what you got? You got to top that.
He's not even here. He doesn't know. What he
Just
doesn't
saying,
know won't hurt him.
Eldon's got some work to do.
He wasn't.
Eldon did what he could do. He gave her poems that I actually wrote in real life. So
Yeah, but they
It's
didn't
all-
glow and make spiral galaxies and shit, so
no,
you got to make a pact with somebody now.
I know. Outdone.
It's not a competition. This is her best friend.
It's a competition when someone eggs it on.
As far as Isla's
Question.
concerned, this is her favorite competition.
While Theratrix is flying around, does he see all that?
He doesn't have to
He better
sleep,
not be
right?
a snitch.
No.
He's definitely gonna be a snitch.
What's
You won't
his,
believe what I saw.
perception
Flying is like-
modifier?
Eldon, wake up.
Perception's what? Intelligence, wisdom, right?
No, Theratrix won't snitch because Theratrix doesn't want anything
Plus
getting in the
two.
way.
Yeah,
of
he
their
doesn't want
relationship and-
Eldon to be.
I would
Sad.
say Theratrix rolled really low.
Man, he
'cause-
just never rolls
well,
well on those.
He just
Because he's kind
reverts
of
his eyes.
making, he's kind of
Yeah.
spiraling around and looking with his. So he probably would see the lights, but in terms of how interested he was to determine what was going on, it
Okay.
didn't seem scary. So he just probably saw them, but then was
Just
like,
curious.
kept going.
It's like,
Flying around, he's like, oh, this bitch.
Leave her alone, okay?
I
She's
was-
not doing anything.
I didn't mean Iolite. I meant he was going to say that about Desi.
I thought you were going to say me, the player.
No.
I'm not talking about Iolite. I'm talking about you, bitch. And your choices.
Okay. Another couple of days.
during one of these days, well, I won't say the morning because Ayla doesn't wake up in the morning, but early afternoon breakfast for her. if Kai is brooding up on deck at one point, she comes over, her tail wraps around the rigging, and then she swings her legs over the edge and sits on the edge, but not facing Kai, just looking out. Well, after saying nothing about the incident for a week at this point, it seems we have both have family members that have caused us a lot of mess and distress.
It seems that way.
This is a new thing for me. But you have experience with this, yes?
In certain ways, yes. My family and their position rules how they do things, for the most part. It shapes who they are.
Yes, it is very interesting. It is not at all what I am used to. My mother is not the leader, but is looked to for leading, but we do not care about appearances and formalities and everything that your family is willing to kill for.
My family has held a position for a very long time. Sometimes, over the years, members of my family they've done bad things, and that causes people to be afraid. But every so often people will test that strength, thinking it's only fear that keeps them in power. Long story short, my family will do anything to hold their power and stop anyone who questions or threatens that power.
Yes, that has become very clear. Again, very fascinating, this whole thing. But then again, my people have not existed for very long, and your family goes quite a way back.
Very long time. Lots of history. But I'm no longer a part of that.
How much more trouble do you think they're going to cause us along the way?
As long as who I am is quiet, I don't suspect that we'll ever hear from them.
That is kind of what I hope when it comes to Chiron as well. She got her revenge twice now that I come to think of it. I do not know if we will see her again, and quite honestly, I hope we do not. Because she's no longer the sister that I knew. And she does not seem to want to be again.
Well, she's been away for a very long time. Sometimes you have to become someone that you wouldn't recognize to survive out in this world.
Yes, that is very true. And I would have loved to have known that story if she would only but have told me. I suppose I will never learn it.
Speaking from experience, sometimes When people you love disappoint you, you'll lash out without thinking of the consequences until it's too late. I don't know you, sister, but if the love and bond that you shared is as you said it was, perhaps it might take more time.
Perhaps in the meantime, hopefully she is out of our way.
I hope so.
As hopefully your grandmother will be out of our way.
We are moving closer to her sphere of influence, so who knows what is in store for us.
Perhaps we can get you different papers. Something. How many people would recognize your face?
Not many. Most, forgive the term, but most commoners, they never know what the monarch and family look like. Most of those paintings and illustrations you would see of rulers are not usually 1-to-1 ratio. Most of the time it's just whatever they want them to think they look like.
So there are paintings in your palaces of you perhaps looking like you get sun on your skin?
To a different degree, maybe.
I'd like to see those.
Well, chances are no one will ever know.
Probably for the best, I suppose.
And perhaps if we run into your sister, my first instinct won't be to rip her throat out.
Although that is something I would not want, I do not blame any of you for bearing ill will. I am pretty fucking pissed myself still. And she still have this piece of paper from that thing. Ugh.
Well, who knows if word gets out that you're still alive, perhaps my family won't be the only family after the Woven Fates.
Oh, fun. Good thoughts to start the day. But you're right. Keep an eye out for clouds with lightning, and is there any royal symbols or anything? I know that dagger you brought up, but is there anything else that would give someone away?
A raven in front of the sun is my family crest. Do best if we avoid those flying that banner.
All right. Noted. Fresh from Amber's jugs this morning. Hands a tankard of jug
ale.
jug juice ale. Because that's how she knows how to bond.
So, all these things that I rolled, the 16th through the 20th of burdens. At one point during that time frame, the captain calls for everyone to come see again as a large, impossibly large pod of dolphins is alongside the ship and behind, kind of like pushing you forward. She yells about how it's a great omen and it will give you a day's time back, like basically pushing you even further along. It's a beautiful sight to see as well. The 21st through the 27th, I rolled up that during one of those evenings, you get called up. You can hear someone yell out from the deck, and when you emerge up, the suns have gone down. The captain tells everyone to be quiet, as you can see this spectral fleet of ships that has appeared and begins kind of ever so slightly rolling by you in the night. As all of you stand there looking, she just says, we need to be completely quiet. Nobody say anything until it's out of earshot. I need everybody to make a
Fuck, we're gonna fight the Flying Dutchman.
everybody makes a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Let's.
Yep.
let's
Even with my +7 modifier with throwing that in there. Okay.
Inspiration.
Everybody? Okay, fine. Jesus.
Collectively,
Much time for that.
Better.
as you're all looking
wasn't gonna,
across
but-
So
this
much better.
spectral vision, multiple haunting ships that are passing by. They're going, even though the wind is actually pushing you in the direction that you would like to be going, they are going just as quickly in like the opposite way, as if they are being pushed along by another wind. And it's a bit mesmerizing as several people just kind of stare at it. You can see individuals walking along the decks of the ships. It's like a pirate fleet, it seems. They don't really acknowledge you, except if you stare for a bit too long. Individually, you will see one of the specters just turns and looks you right in the eyes. What did you all roll?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
15.
15.
Okay.
14.
14.
All right, now tell us your original rolls, because we all use that inspiration thing.
6.
3.
3.
Now
12. 12. Oh, shit.
So
12.
okay.
It was like
It
right
was
on that.
It was a DC 16.
Oh.
So we're still all fucked, except for you.
Alright.
Except Kethra is just
Oh,
like,
Kethra, yeah.
oh damn, that's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Wasted our inspirational.
You. Let me see. I just had it up. The one that I was going to.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Yes.
I said that backwards, didn't I?
You feel. You feel, those of you that failed, just this icy coldness that kind of permeates. It starts almost behind your eyes and then leaks down into your body. For the next 7 days, every time you try to rest, instead of being able to have a normal night's sleep, even Kai, the normal dreams that you would have are instead interrupted by visions of being aboard a decaying ship floating across the sea. The voices from it call out in the darkness. Cold hands are brushing against your skin while you sleep. You're being pulled further into nightmarish waters, and you cannot gain any benefits from your rest.
So are we dead? That's 7 days of
you're not gonna-
exhaustion.
no, you're not going to get full. It's just that anything that happens, you will not gain back hit points, anything like that from your rest.
Kethra's seen way worse.
Kethra's fine.
Just unfazed.
But you notice the rest of the team is just like dragging ass.
Could Kai, after the first night, attempt to cast Remove Curse on himself?
You can try.
I don't know if
Is
it
there
would
a
do
roll
anything.
for that, or you just do
No,
it?
it's just it happens.
Let me see, because this technically didn't get described as a curse in the thing. Why don't you go ahead and roll a D100? And we're going to say there's a 25% chance. So either choose above or below. So 25 and below or 75 and 76 and above.
Let's go above 76 and above. What's that? 6.
Now you feel like ass. And a day or two later, you're rolling into celebration. I'm actually going to say it's celebration 1. And Iolite, you are in your quarters.
Sounds like a cruise
it's
ship.
the middle of the day,
Celebration
or actually
Sounds
early
like a
in the
Star
morning.
Wars cruise ship.
Yeah.
And you hear somebody from the crow's nest, and actually Theratrix lets you know as well, like kind of swoops down as the person in the crow's nest yells out that there's a ship, like a couple miles out, coming. And you know Theratrix like swoops down and lands and just confirms there's a ship coming. It doesn't look like it's a pirate ship, but he's unclear of exactly who it is. His goal is not to necessarily be seen or like very clearly seen, because then it's a fucking dragon flying in the sky, but he, you know, got close enough to see that there is a ship. And in about, you know, less than an hour, Ayla, you're in either on the deck, in your room, whatever, and then you start to hear a little ping, 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 coming from your bag or wherever it is that you keep G.A.I.A.
Oh. Yeah, all right.
And it's very, very faint with almost like a slight vibration as well. And on it, all you can see is on this flat tablet, there's a little red light that just kind of very faintly is lighting up, and then this little ping, 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 ping sound.
Is it like Find My iPhone? Like someone's trying to track it down?
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Geotagged or air tagged.
What do you do?
Oh, I'm going to activate her.
Okay. Roll d6.
She's just like,
5.
That's how many points of damage that you take.
Ah!
It's a jolt as it comes up, and immediately you see runes and the different kind of that circles language that looked like wheel spokes and everything that's popping up, but it's in red, and red clearly is like, although you don't know what this
looks
is,
bad.
it looks bad. And G.A.I.A. begins saying, warning, G.A.I.A. detected.
Gake?
Warning.
Cake?
Warning. Mind flayer detected. Please proceed to the nearest exit.
And we're on a ship. There's no exits everywhere.
Please enact exit protocol.
Am I by myself?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever you want to be. Are you by yourself?
I don't know. What time of day is it?
Kind of mid-morning going into the early afternoon, like about to hit afternoon.
No, and I'm still sleeping if it's in our bunk.
Mid-morning. Yeah, maybe I was in the bunk reading while you were still asleep. Ayla! Ayla!
What?
Something bad is happening.
Is it the Astrum then?
No! Worse.
Worse?
Warning. Please enact exit protocol.
What is that little woman talking about?
She said there's mind flayers and... What was the other thing?
G.A.I.A.
Gake?
Those are bad, yes?
Yeah, I think so. Well, the mind flayer sounds pretty bad.
Yeah. But where? We are in the ocean.
I don't know. I'm gonna go check.
Okay.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Let me put pants on.
I'm just doing that weird panic, like when the fire drill goes off and you don't know what to do.
Where's my shoes?
I know.
Where's my shoes?
Do I need my shoes? Is this too urgent? Do I not get my shoes?
Yeah, she just keeps repeating, warning. Please enact exit protocol.
Okay.
Ask her what this means.
Okay, if I run up onto the deck of the ship and I look around, do I see something?
The only thing you see is the other ship coming towards you.
Okay. Do I see Kai?
Guy on the deck.
Guy's up on the deck.
For some reason, Kai feels like the person she would go to. Kai, something bad is happening.
What is it?
Gaia says there's Mind Flayer approaching, and G.A.I.A. Do you know what that is?
I have no idea.
We
But
should
if
probably...
we remember from that city, mind flayers are not good.
Yeah.
We have to get Maury and tell the captain.
Okay. Can you help me do that?
Warning. Warning.
Let's get Maury.
Okay. While we're doing that, I want to ask Gaia what G.A.I.A. is.
Gaia, as you're running to go try to find Maury, says,
A scrumptious dessert.
No, I wish.
The Illithid, designation, mind flayers, or G.A.I.A. They are an ancient parasitic species native to the far realms of the astral sea, known primarily for their aberrant nature and their biological imperative to enslave sentient beings. The Illithid harvest the minds of their victims to fuel their hive-like intellect and extend their lifespans indefinitely. Revolutionary Varketh the Unbound is quoted as saying, and you hear a different voice that comes through, translated for your ears. For the Gith, the Illithid are not simply invaders. They are the architects of our deepest suffering. It was they who subjugated our ancestors, bending them into thralls for countless generations. Their tools are the oblexes, ooze-like spies that infiltrate minds, impersonate loved ones, and sow discord before the Illithid advance. Any presence of the Illithid is to be treated as an existential threat. General Isara of the Infinite Paths once stated, "There are no negotiations with mind flayers. There's only resistance. For where they tread, free will is annihilated, and all that remains are empty husks, living shadows of the beings they once were."
So, like another name for Mind Flayers?
Yeah. So technically, mind flayers and G.A.I.A. are other words for Illithid.
Okay. You find Maury. I'm going to go tell the captain to get away from that boat. Okay.
All right.
The ship gets closer.
Run faster.
Yeah, you guys are flying faster.
I'll go and run and find these two and tell them the little metal plate
metal
woman
lady.
is talking about danger approaching.
You find Maury, who's kind of sitting around reading. Fernilly's in the room. They're down in their bunk as well.
He's gonna
midday.
be pissed we didn't tell him about the tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Another fucking lie with you people!
God.
Maury,
Yes. How can I help you?
Iolite and I have reason to believe the ship coming near has something called an Illithid on it.
All right. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Very bad.
All right. I've never heard of it, so
We came across a civilization on the island that was nearly wiped out by them. Very ancient, very old, from the astral sea.
Okay.
Apparently they have a hive mind and try to enslave other sentient beings. They're very strong and very old.
That is a lot of information. Well, I guess we can be on our guard and go meet them.
Iolite's trying to warn the captain now. We should be on the ready as soon as possible.
Oh, okay. I will gather the group. He hops down from his bunk and begins to get everyone ready. Captain's easy enough to find. She's up steering shit on the ship.
Shit on the ship.
Just slam the door open. We got to get away from that ship. That ship, you gotta turn.
The captain's like, what? What are you talking about?
There's mind flayers on that ship.
Oh,
Brains, they're gonna take your. You gotta get. It's really bad. You gotta get away from that ship. Trust me.
honey. Are you all right? You see the first mate is there with her, this half-elf, half-dwarf, kind of stocky, broad-shouldered Barrow. who comes over and is like, first of all, you don't need to be barging in here.
I do. It's an emergency.
We know that ship. It's the
What?
Veloct.
It's not. Is Guy still talking?
Do you have Gaia
Yeah.
up in front of them? Yes, she's going, warning, warning, and he looks at that thing like,
My weird thing is telling me his nature.
the captain comes
My
over. What is
Tamagotchi.
that? What is that you have there?
It's a long story, but I have experience with these creatures. They're very bad. They're very dangerous. And whoever is on that ship that you think you know, it's not them right now.
Oh, right. Well, we can't change it.
What do you mean?
This is one of the... This is from the Cassian Guard.
No. Can't you turn?
I can't run from the military. No, we're going to engage with them as we normally... This is the Veloct, Captain Farron.
I am telling you, it's not them. Or at least there's something on that ship that's not them.
It's just Captain loves to eat your brains.
We,
We see him all the time. What are you talking about?
listen, we have no reason to run from the authorities here, so I think we're gonna...
Why don't you believe me?
I appreciate... I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about mind flayers. I don't know what that is.
It's a very, very dangerous creature that takes over your brain. And then it controls you. And then there's lots of them, and they're a hive mind, and they're very, very, very dangerous and very scary, and almost killed us once.
Okay. Again, I'm sorry for your interaction and encounter that it seems that you believe that you had. I can't run from this ship. This is the Veloct. It's a Cassian Guard ship. I have to.
They're expecting you to talk to them?
Absolutely. They come
We
in.
can't just
they check
wave?
merchant. No, they're gonna check our ship, make sure we've got only the goods that we said we have. It's part of the deal.
We're not gonna be able to get away. We're gonna be trapped because we're on a boat. Please.
Okay, listen, all right. Listen, I get that you're upset. I can see how upset you are. Why don't you gather your friends? We'll have you meet them up on the deck of the ship. Unless they attack us, I cannot run from the authorities. It's not something I can do.
Hands you a Snickers.
Feel a little better now.
Bayro, why don't you see? It was Iolite, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Miss Emery.
Mm-hmm.
See her out. I'll be up there with you.
Please, just...
I cannot. That's not how this works.
Can you just act like where there's danger? Like, be careful?
We
Pay
are
really close
always-
attention?
Yes, and
Ask them a question only they would know.
Well, yes, I'll do that for you. Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, gods.
You see her look at Bayro. Oh, she's like, Bayro. She's like, oh, all right, come on.
You don't
We'll
understand.
go
This
greet
is-
them. Warning.
She just keeps, like,
Warning.
frantically.
Enact exit protocol. The ship gets closer, and eventually you see the Veloct comes up to the not right up to your ship. It's not a pirate ship trying to board you or anything, but comes up within a reasonable distance, and then you see the little dinghy that comes across, several of them actually. And as that gets closer, you do see a pretty imposing figure standing there, very, very much in charge, and it is clear that this person is in charge. This tall-ish human guy, man, older, with this long graying beard and sun-weathered skin, dressed very cleanly and impeccably as they board with several other folks. What do you do with Gaia? As it is kind of making noise up the whole time, basically.
I want to see if I can figure out a way to, like, silence her notifications.
Yeah, I mean, if you just tell her, you just say, shut up.
Just be quiet. Stop doing what you're doing.
It just, like, quiets. It still does a little red flash, but if you stow it away.
Can I, like, ask her, I don't know, like, to blink... Am I able to have it blink and, like, only I can see it, basically?
Or, like, inconspicuously?
Vibrate.
Or vibration, like, version of the blinking?
It vibrates a little bit while it's blinking, so if you just
Okay.
put it away, you'll feel the vibration as well.
I want to ask her if she can vibrate, like, the pulse to be kind of, like, quicker if we're getting closer. If one of those things is getting closer.
By the time the captain of the other ship boards the boat, and you see this figure come up along with the others, as you're all standing on the deck, and your captain goes up to shake their hand, it's just like buzzing, like it stops, buzzes again, as Captain Theron the Wall Snowden steps onto the ship, and no smile on his face, but just nods. He's like 6.5 feet tall. You've seen taller Goliaths and whatnot, but as a human, with a long coat buttoned down, and he just greets the captain with a good day. And you know that either he or someone else in this crew is very likely an Illithid in disguise.
She's going to say to Kethra in her mind, it's one of them. Can you signal everyone else somehow?
She's like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll try.
She looks
She's
at
standing
Ayla.
next to Kai, and you just hear. She just slaps him in the ass. She goes. She's like literally pinching his butt,
Just not letting go.
just like this. I'm actually doing it right now. Sorry.
Like this.
She's looking at me. She goes.
I forget the earring. Could you talk back?
It's message. Yeah.
She's going to look at Eldon and go like this. Because she gave it back to him.
I was gonna say you gave the earring back.
Yeah, but if she's going like this, like, talk to me with your earring.
Yes.
Yes.
First of all, yes. Second of all,
Well, this has all actually been spread throughout. We all know what's going on.
Yeah,
at
you
this
all
point.
figure out.
sorry, new earring. Who's this? It's one of them.
The ear you have reached is out of order.
One of them. One of them is it. At least one of them. Maybe all of them.
Those things.
Yes. Those things.
Okay.
I shoot message to you.
Their eyeballs are screaming at you.
We can talk now.
Okay, so it's one of them. They're one of the things that's here on the ship right now.
Are we on a three-way call?
No, I hung up with you.
You can't hear me.
hung up on you.
Only she can hear me. All right, we'll be ready.
Desi is looking
Take out
at
an
you
apple.
like.
Am I a knife?
Well, he doesn't know what they are, so I can't.
No,
I'm
he
not
doesn't.
going to begin
But
to
he's
try to
just like
explain.
looking at you. You can see that there's looking. He starts looking at all of your faces, and it's like
We're all like,
it's just a heavy sigh as the captains are engaged talking to one another, and then the tall captain looks across at all of you, and just says, "We'll be sweeping the ship."
so one of
That
those. They turns
is-
around to all of us. Are all like,
We didn't know. We don't know shit.
And that's where we'll end the session.
Oh, I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed.